good. Oh my
All right.
Molly.
Welcome to the Opinion Planet podcast, a Barbenheimer special. This is your host, Nocam.
This is your other host, Amadeus Kyouma.
I am.
This is your other host, GymBagBob.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
All right. I think
feel
that's
okay.
that's good.
I just want to say our introductions, they feel a bit lackluster. I mean, all right, you know what? Maybe we're just like the only podcast that constantly reintroduces ourselves, like as a way to start the episode. I haven't seen another podcast where like they just introduce themselves. Hi, I'm Joe Rogan, and this is my guest.
Hey,
And you just don't see it.
that's how the old TV shows do it, like Saturday Night Live or some shit. SNL.
That's true.
They're like,
That's
hey,
true.
I'm blah blah blah. Welcome, or you're watching SNL or some shit like that.
I'm Pete Davidson, and
Yeah.
tonight I'm hosting Saturday Night Live. Hi, folks. My name is Amadeus Kyouma. Tonight I will be hosting Opinion Planet Podcast, Episode 3, The Real Beginning.
Hey, we
Our
used
main
to have
topics. Yeah, that's true.
We used
I
to
said,
have
yeah, we
like
did, yeah.
the main
did.
host of the podcast. We could. I feel like it would just be kind of weird.
I mean, if from what I remember, when we were doing that, it was just like the person they started the episode off, but like they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't
It would
really
just
have
kind of like go back to
control.
the same thing.
Yeah.
It would still just go back to the same style where you and I talk and Molly just
Listens.
interjects,
Meanders in the
listens.
corner.
Yeah, woman.
It's that
Have,
awkward person at the party that just sits there and waits for people to talk to them.
Yeah.
Would you be that person at a party?
I was just like that today at your job party.
Yeah, so I had a exciting day today. I went to an office party, not an office party, a work party at one of the older guys' house.
The BBQ?
Yeah, pretty much. The guy has a lakefront property, so he's old. He's had that like he's able to buy it for like 25 grand back in his day. But nice place. Get there. There's like barely any of the people that I work with there. We get on a boat, and it felt nice to be out like on a boat on a lake and going fast on a boat. It feels fucking fun. It makes me want a boat.
So
have you guys ever?
You got some interest. You got some interesting things going on then.
Yeah, I went on a boat today, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It makes me want to buy a boat, even though I live in an apartment at the moment. It's like so many things are fucking gate kept from you when you live in an apartment, even if you do have a garage.
Hey, that's what I was saying like 2 years ago. Maybe it was just a year ago. Like, we need to get a gang boat, on the dock.
It'd be so fun. Oh my god!
I just get like a big boat.
Not a big boat, but like it was able to fit 4 people.
It needs to be a yacht.
That's a lot of fucking money.
The gang needs to get a yacht.
Yeah.
A P. Diddy style shrimping vessel.
The Oppie Opinion Planet podcast yacht.
That's perfect. Oh
I
my
like
god,
it.
my fucking voice. The Oppie. Okay, that's great. Folks, we're gonna have I was gonna say we're gonna have a link to our Kickstarter in the description. So if you want to go ahead and give us money right now, like I'm not fucking joking, give us money.
Please.
You can find that in the description. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much like all I did. That's the most exciting part of that whole work party.
Yeah.
I didn't really chat with anyone. I got to talk with one of the older guys at the company, and it just not straight away, but like talk to any old person for like 10 minutes, and they start to talk like racist shit.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, not every old person, but yeah.
All right. A lot of older people in smaller towns.
Elderly gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, he was...
Or elderly people in general, I guess, yeah.
He was only mid-40s, but like even still, anything above like 40, it's just like you talk to them for 10 minutes and they start to like just have some slightly racist things to say.
I mean, if they're above 40 in a rural area, yeah. I could see it.
Yeah.
I mean, his whole, just for context, what he was saying specifically was, it's just like England as a country is culturally 20 years ahead of us in America because, like, if they try to do a BLM protest or BLM riot in England, the police would just hose them down and that would be the end of it.
What
They
the
don't do
fuck?
like any.
Oh,
They
so
don't do any of
it's
this.
better if the police infringe on our rights and of free speech. Nice.
Yeah, it's just yeah, pretty much.
Life would be better then.
His other statement that he said, life in Nordic countries is a lot better because there's just like only white people there, and it's a lower
Okay.
population.
That's interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're literally copying my life because I found the white supremacist at my job, and then now you're finding it. I had
Okay.
a barbecue with coworkers, and now you're having it. I got to ride a motorcycle. You got to ride a boat. I see where it's going.
We've driven the same vehicle. We're literally becoming the same person at this point.
I mean, we both have iPhones. I mean, the list goes on.
No Kyouma. It's
Yeah. Oh god. Nocam X Kyouma.
Amacam. I feel like Amacam would be our combination name.
Ship name.
All right.
Yeah, ship name.
I do remember, like when we went on a walk, and I just said, like, probably if I was a female, we probably would have fucked.
Yeah, that was before you were dating Molly. I think you're desperate. That kind of creeped me out a little bit. Like there's, like we're just driving down Main Street too, and it's just out of the blue. Like, why? I wish you were female. Why can't you be female?
What?
There's
Nothing
with,
you.
you said that to me with zero context.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
before you guys got together, you were down bad. All right.
I have no recollection of saying any of these things, so we're gonna assume that our host is, well, one of our hosts is telling the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
I
But we all
have
know
a
it.
good memory. All right. I have the best memory here.
I remember it just being a thing where if one of you was the opposite gender, like you guys were like, yeah, probably at some point.
Maybe. Also, your audio sounds like dog shit.
God damn it.
Like it just sounds like it's ringing like.
Oh, she left. All right. Well,
What the fuck?
it was a pretty
I don't
just
recall
for a
that
quick
what she just said, but
You don't?
What?
I remember.
I don't recall it being a thing. Like, yeah, if we were opposite gender, yeah, we would have dated for sure.
I remember saying, like, just casually to Jason, if I was female, we probably would have fucked at one point, just because, like, if we're still obviously friends, and you're in high school, right? If you're fucking friends with any female, you start to think, oh boy, I want to date this person.
What if I
All
looked the
right,
exact same and I was female?
you'd be oh my god, I would not talk to you. All right, that's a bit harsh.
Is
That's
it
a
the
bit
short
harsh.
hair?
I won't lie. It's like the short hair plus your body.
Well, you
Oh,
want like a hunk of a female?
that's
Like
not my thing.
broad shoulders.
No, personally, I like I like paper thin.
Okay, that's mine. That's my line.
We can talk about Nocam's women's preferences later.
Go to the pre-episodes. Go to the elder episodes if you're curious about that.
Yeah, he likes his girls like paper thin.
Yeah.
No, my dad
Like
was
actually paper thin.
like, yeah, it's not like petite or anything, like paper thin.
Like if you've seen Flat Stanley, like if you read the books in middle school, like that's what I'm talking about. Well, like not Flat Stanley himself, like
If he was a female.
and older. You know.
Gotta be an adult.
Yeah.
That's...
All right, yeah, as you're saying.
Are you talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm sorry. I just got distracted by looking at weed. Uh, Yeah, my day was pretty uneventful. Like I said, barbecue. Got to go on a boat. Talk to a pretty racist but not a terrible person. He's got some funny ideas. Um, I got the Crown Victoria working. Drove it.
What's
Was
her
like
name?
doing 100. Black Betty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Black Betty to like 105, and it felt nice. It felt
Nice.
good. Um, as far as I can tell, mostly everything's working. So, maybe I'll just like start recording some driving footage, and that can just be in the background. We'll see.
I was wondering, like, why do you mainly post it to your Snapchat? I mean, you could post it to your TikTok platform.
I suppose yeah, I'd just be like a car person on TikTok as well.
Yeah, just talk mainly just Black Betty content.
It is kind of funny. So that racist guy, we got to talking about vehicles, and I said that I drive a Crown Vic. I just got it fixed.
Yeah.
And he said, "You know what? Yeah, you seem like a Crown Victoria kind of person."
What the fuck? I'm the Crown Victoria man.
I don't know. I guess I just seem like it. I just do.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess it's just fate that you get it eventually, huh?
Yeah, I can't wait to like do so many drugs and hit so many fucking vapes and that shit.
As long as you transfer the title over, because I think it's still.
Yeah, it's still in your name. I'll get around to it.
You go like 300 miles an hour. Fuck. Somehow above the vehicle's like limitations. It's and I get a letter in the mail like you're being summoned to court.
All the way back in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yep. That'd be pretty good. I suppose, did we have a schedule for how we wanted to like which one to start with? Because otherwise, I do kind of want to talk about being high legally in the great state of Minnesota now.
Hey, so we have like
Or should
15
we
minutes to keep catching up.
Well, all right. What do you fuckers
You
do
want to hear
then?
what my cat did to me yesterday?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, input from other hosts.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. What
He
your other
stabbed
cat
my
do?
fucking eye.
Freaking
No,
flippin'
no.
your fucking eye.
Yes.
She scratched your eye?
I was on the couch. I was like scrolling through TikTok. All of a sudden, I just see the black fur ball that is Salem coming towards me. And the next thing I know, her nail is like in my eye.
I mean, that is kind of common for like cat owners, like especially if they haven't been declawed. Shit happens. They're younger and they don't know where their paws are going. But
2 days ago,
that
she
does
fell
kind of
into the
suck.
toilet.
All right. Ferris pushed.
Ferris pushed Salem into the toilet.
What's good? Is that like, are they like siblings? Is that like some rivalry?
I don't know. I mean, that's pretty much how Molly got her eye poked. Is that like Salem was just chasing Ferris. From what I saw, Ferris like ran on top of the couch behind Molly's head, and Salem took the quicker route. And since Molly was kind of just like cuddled up into a ball, her face was like kind of near where Salem could just step on.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
it was
next time, check your word, check your surroundings.
wah wah.
Want.
Yeah, I'm glad
That
it
does
sounded
suck. That would
effective.
that would hurt a little bit. I understand.
It still hurts.
I saw a fucking TikTok of this girl that lost her eye because of a cat doing that exact thing. I mean, granted, it used like its entire paw to scratch an eye, so it wasn't just like. Do you know if it was like one nail that like went into your eye or multiple?
Yeah.
Molly?
I have no idea. I assume just one. But I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right. You know what? What'd you do? What'd you do then?
What
What
a,
was
what a
what was exciting about your day today or week, I should say?
week, my entire week. You remember when I like sent that pretentious ass text earlier? I was like, "Oh, this job sucks. I
Yeah.
have to shoot a 50 caliber this week."
Yeah.
Every single weapon we took out to the range on Thursday was just deadlined. Like they shot a few bullets and then they just stopped working.
So wait, does deadline just mean it's broken for the
Yeah,
most part?
it's deadline is just pretty much just it's fucked.
Okay.
So
Why don't they just say it's fucked?
I mean they do, but like they have to say it in a professional way sometimes. So
All right, fine, fine.
yeah, so we have like no 50 calibers, no Mark 19s are out. Which I mean, Mark 19s are shit to begin with, so it's not really a surprise. But
Mm.
so it's kind of crazy. I I skipped work to sit in the hot sun. I mean, I got a little video of it. It's kind of cool. You know, like you kind of got to see the beginning effects of everything going to shit,
Yeah.
and then yeah. So I mean, I know how to use it. I've never shot one yet though, which sucks. But you know what? I still I'll take the opportunities that I have. But fucking yeah, rest of the week was just regular ass shit.
Hmm.
Just work. Nothing special.
Damn. We all kind of well, okay. Out of all of us, I'd say you, Jason, you probably have the most exciting life. Just because, like, occasionally, you get to shoot a fucking 50 cal, or you're privy to something that, like, the rest of the world isn't.
Jump out of an
Even if it's
aircraft.
like, yeah, that's pretty exciting. I get to be on a boat with a racist. It's a fun boat, but it's not the most um, fulfilling.
I get
My
to
day to
be in
day,
multiple different situations with the racist. So
hell yeah.
actually, this
See, I don't have
racist
to.
is in the midst of a scandal with an ethnic type. So it's interesting. But
I suppose
it's
can
deeply.
you elaborate on that, or is that still classified?
I'm gonna give it like a month,
Oh,
see
okay,
if it blooms or if it just shrivels up. But because
that's fair.
yeah, I don't know why he trusted me with that information. But
Well,
that's shit that like people in like Fort Hood die over because like they they get caught and then like their sergeant's like, "Hey, why don't you and I just go out to the field?" And then they end up going missing, but the sergeant has like connections so they can cover it up easily, you
is that why it's called like Fort Hood? Because it's just
know.
like the hood. It's really-
See, it should be the reason, but actually the well, like I don't know. There's a lot of bases like Fort Hood, but like or even like Fort Liberty or like formerly Fort Bragg. That one's got like special forces and all that shit. So it's like the golden child of the army. So they
Mhm.
cover up that like shitty shit will happen, but they'll cover it up because they don't want it to look bad.
Well, yeah, you don't want the army to have a bad rap.
Yeah, only at Fort Hood.
It sounds interesting in a fun way. It's
Yeah,
Molly. How do you feel your life is excitement wise? Do you get a lot of excitement? Do you have like fun drama at work that makes it like interesting, or
I mean, there's drama that goes on, definitely.
do you like the drama?
Not really.
hey, like
It's
back up like 1 centimeter from your microphone. We'll see if that.
Is this better?
Yeah, that is much better.
Okay.
Not to be a
I
dick,
have
I'm just it just sounds better
I
now.
have the earbuds that have like a microphone piece to it, so I
Okay,
just can't have the earbud in my ear then.
that's fair.
Um,
Fuck.
no, I don't I don't remember what I was saying before.
What were we talking about?
Mhm.
Was
Work and
Drama, gossip.
yeah, there's there's too much drama for the little town that I work at in. Um, I just it's not fun. The first like couple of instances were like kind of like, oh, this is kind of interesting. But now it's just there's something new every single week and I don't want to hear it anymore. It's,
but you still hear it, you still consume it, and you still
I
contribute.
I do, yes.
Why?
Somehow, yeah.
Why can't more people be like me?
Just like the silent stoic type where you just like don't do anything. You don't speak. You just look.
I don't cause any problems. I just do the job and go home. Okay.
Yeah, well, if the world had people like you, all right, we wouldn't have problems. It would just be good. It'd just be
Yeah, it
good.
would be a
But
perfect society.
See,
I don't know
if
what I'd do
when
if
I
you were
do
my
my
boss.
job,
Fuck me, right?
All right. Sorry. Continue. You may continue.
uh, at my job, I do just do my work. I do what I'm supposed to do, but that's not good enough for the other people I work with. They're just like, oh, this should have gotten done. Oh, this should have gotten done. I asked you to get this done. Why isn't that done?
See, that would drive me crazy because, like, most of the jobs I've been to, I do, like, the bare minimum, and then that's more than enough for them. So, like, I literally just do my job. Not, I mean, maybe sometimes I'll, like, do a couple things that nobody asked me to do, but it's, like, common sense.
Yeah,
But, like,
it's just
beyond that, it's just nothing fucking significant. And then, like, yeah, so far, I don't know why. They really like me here. I have no idea.
it's weird in your case, Molly. They act like you're making more than them. So like, you should do a lot more, but
No, see,
you're
because I have to get the register, I have to get the phone if it rings, I have to help all the customers, I have to deal with the clients and my other job responsibilities. I have to keep the area clean, which is impossible when they constantly are bringing things up from the back.
Wait, you're an
And
assistant manager, right?
yeah,
Okay. I got it then. So in the civilian world, you're a corporal, all right? You have all the powers and the well, you have all the responsibilities of, those of with power, but you have zero of that power. So then they can talk
they,
down to you
yeah,
because you don't
except
have
a
power.
lot of the time, they aren't like saying it to me, they're saying it to each other or to the other person that works full time
Okay,
there
so then they're not
with
like
me.
helping anything then.
They're no.
Why get upset about it then? Start rumors about them. I literally, like, out of nowhere, I started a rumor that some random sergeant like shit in his ACH one time, and one of my other sergeants believed me.
the fuck.
They like just started talking about it too. Like, why would you do that? Like, it's so easy to start rumors.
That's really funny. I mean, it's kind of hard to when like everyone in the town loves these people. Like, especially one of them that's like a really big issue.
Print out a
Every single
fake
person.
pedophilia police report. Like, hey, I saw this in the web. I saw this online, or just post
I
it
mean,
on
yeah,
like post it on the window. Like, if you see this person, like, contact the police, and just a picture of one of your coworkers.
that'd be really fun. It's like the same idea that you had for like that one person that scammed me out of $600, and like a potential way to fuck with them
Yeah.
is to just like print like 70 photos of their face and just duct tape it to their car.
Yeah.
I like how cryptic that is.
I want to do that to this person so badly, and I've never interacted with this person.
2026 is the revenge phase, all right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I got a crowbar. I'll make it even this time. I'm aiming bigger. I'm joking, of course.
Yeah.
I have matured as an individual, I think.
You have a knife.
I have a Crown Vic knife. You know what's a great idea that I had? I want to get one of those megaphone attachments so I can like,
Dude,
have like a radio in the vehicle and then a speaker on top and just tell people pull the fuck over or go faster. It's a 60, not a 50.
don't put a speaker on top. Just get a PA system.
PA system. That's what the word I'm looking for. I couldn't remember the name of any of this shit.
Yeah, just look it up. I was planning on getting a PA system for it. I was actually almost about to say fuck it, sell the Crown Vic, and then buy another Crown Vic with a PA system.
Oh,
the
that's not even that expensive. Holy
Yeah.
fuck. Oh,
As long as you
my
know
God.
how to install it. Yeah.
I don't, but there's
You're
gotta
gonna
be some
learn.
YouTube.
That's why I
There's
would have.
there's
You know how much more malicious it would have been if I had a spotlight and a PA system that one time where we were following
yeah.
those stoners.
Oh yeah. I need to get the spotlight PA system. Obviously, I won't get the lights because I don't want to
Yeah.
go like fully illegal.
Fuck.
I do want to get a tint.
You sent me that story of what not to get for your first car or some shit. And it's some guy who's
Yep.
talking about his Crown Vic, and that's what he did. He turned on the spotlight, and then he told his kid, or he told his friend to put his hands behind his head.
Line up for the execution, please.
Yeah. By one. That'd be great.
Imagine all the people that we know, like school people that I could do to fuck over with. Oh my God. I could find our old English teacher.
Yeah. You know, you need to find her. You know where she
I
lives.
suppose, yeah.
No. Yeah.
Dude, she stopped
well,
contact.
okay,
She
it's been a
stopped
while.
talking to me.
Yeah, she hates you now or something.
Is that true?
I don't know. I'm assuming.
Yeah, ever since I told her I joined the military, she just stopped talking to me.
I mean, yeah, I'm not too disappointed. I think she wanted me to go to college.
Mhm.
I don't know what I'd go for at this point. I know, like, a year ago when I was still working for that farming company, I was thinking about going, like, work at this job, save up a lot of money, and somehow, some way, go to college for an automation degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
would have
heard about
fucking
that.
hated that. I would have hated that. That sounds awful.
You don't like anything computer related. You like hands-on things or what?
Um, maybe. I mean, for computer related things, I don't know what I do or don't like because I haven't really done anything. I'm not. I've done. I've technically done coding in like 11th grade for 30 minutes, and it was boring and bullshit. I don't feel like that was a true experience. So I
You
don't know what I like. I don't know what I don't like either.
you should do coding on Scratch.
Decoding or coding on
Just
Scratch?
coding on Scratch. It's like the most basic, like it's what they teach middle schoolers, but like it's such an easy program that just gives you the idea of the concepts of coding. And if you enjoy that, then you most likely enjoy real coding. So I don't know if you like just got a shitty experience with coding because of the school you went to, or
It was that one teacher that failed you for
failed me.
or didn't give you an A.
Yeah, she gave me a B. It was fucking. I don't even remember her name anymore. Not that I want to expose her, of course.
What teacher?
Brit
What did they
Brit
teach?
Brittany. Brittany.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
Okay.
We saw her at Menards. It was kind of funny.
You only see her at like Menards or Runnings. It's the only two places she
I
exists.
saw her at Walmart one time.
That was their decoy.
Okay.
I actually saw a report that lady, she's publicly come out about the whole situation and says that like her life has been turned upside down. I mean, I feel a bit sorry for the fact that obviously she's suffering from something, and her existence is now a popular thing because of her suffering,
Right.
and she made it like a very public ordeal. Not even very public. It was just a plane. Just one person that happened to be recording this girl going on a schizophrenic break, and now the world is like listening and watching her. So I'm sure that should be doing good for her.
I have never heard of this before, ever.
According
All
to
right, I think
your,
we need to send Molly the video so she can like take a minute and watch it.
how have you not seen this video?
I'm gonna find the video. I'm gonna send it to you, Molly,
All right,
and
yeah.
you need to leave the call and watch it. It's not more than a minute.
Okay.
Did your source say she
it-
had an actual like mental illness or?
Not that I recall. Woman loses her mind on plane. There we go. That's the video.
All right, last month, the video
How
showed a
long would
woman yelling "not
out?
real" on an airplane flight, and now one original viral moment is sacrificed. Has surfaced.
Okay, I sent it to you on Discord, Molly. So
All
you
right.
should be able to be up to date with all
I'll
the
be
drama.
back soon, I guess.
He's a marketing executive who lives in blank.
Wait, what? Send what article you're reading.
All right, this is just from as.com. Fuck.
Interesting.
Oh wait, no, this one is from independent.uk.
The UK. All right.
Yeah, already the credible sources. It's not credible.
For people that like watch the last episode, this fucking child is still playing Rainbow Six Siege. Does he not have a life?
Is he still doing that? We have to throw him on right now. I'm joking, of course. But I thought he was going to watch our episode.
He's got better things to do, I guess.
Why did I need to watch that?
Because it's what we're talking about, so you can actually partake in the conversation, okay? Does that sound good to you?
Yes.
That's good. This is like if people enjoy awkward, like unfunny, kind of funny shit, I feel like this podcast is great for that.
Yeah. That had no context. Like I didn't even know what I was pressing, so. All right. Hi everyone. Just want to let you know I made it home. I give my hats off to everyone at American Airlines today for how they handled that situation with a nut job that just lost her mind in front of the whole plane. The comedian said. 5 hours later, we're here in Orlando. What? It's not even
You conduct
funny.
a full
You're a
rescreening of
comedian.
the
Everything that
aircraft?
comes out of your mouth has to be funny.
That's not that funny. What the fuck?
Gomez was reported. The lady in the video was reportedly given a verbal criminal trespass notice by the airline manager and told that she was denied boarding and needed to depart the secure area according to documents reviewed. But all right, she continued to try to come back through TSA screening and into the boarding area multiple times. Documents state noting he was eventually found sitting in the curb outside the terminal where she was waiting for an Uber. She was given a ticket for criminal trespass. No, she was actually given a ticket for it. Refused to sign it and did not show police her ID. Based, I like that. And the complaint allegedly states that the lady in the video was never formally arrested, taken into custody. All right. She deleted her LinkedIn profile out over that. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
Dude,
Why is this
once you're fucking out there, once you're out there and people are laughing at whatever the fuck you just did, people go into fucking predator mode and just start ripping you apart. Holy
pretty
shit.
much? I still hate. I know we talked about this on the episode with Black Lung, but how like shit like that stays in our minds. But did you guys know that Congress might be shutting down here soon again because they're incompetent?
Congress is shutting down? For what?
Um, Lawmakers break for recess as all hands on deck September looms. As Congress sets off its August recess, the country is barreling toward a government shutdown. Approved a must-pass defense spending bill on a bipartisan basis before leaving town for August recess. Yada, yada, yada. Lawmakers have just a few weeks to resolve a number of spending fights before the fiscal year ends on September 30th. So because these dumb fucks can't agree on how to spend our money, they just like, okay, well, we'll take vacation because we can't agree. Holy shit. The more you think about, I think, at least for me, the more you think about this shit, it's just like clowns in costumes that run this shit.
Thank you for telling me about that, because you know what that directly affects is my pay. I don't get paid during a federal government shutdown.
Oh, shit.
So here's the downside of... So I get to do cool shit, but like every once in a while, if the government decides to be a bunch of little fucking baby bitch boys and don't know how to talk to each other like civilized adults, despite us creating a civilized system for them to do so, I get to be I get to show up to work for free. So
That's trash.
Yeah.
Just like go on strike.
Go on strike to sit my barracks. Nice.
It's kind of funny actually. There's a political cartoon about this. It's Kevin McCarthy. My job is impeach. And it's like a Ken doll. I'm gonna send a photo of it because it's actually really fucking funny.
Okay. See,
you guys
if
are getting
everyone listening was inside our Discord, they'd understand the joke.
Alright, well, if you guys want to send it to Discord, you can, but I'm lazy because no one else is fucking here, so I'm not gonna send it to Discord.
Yeah, that's true. Fucking... It's the bluest blue it's been in a while. Are you talking about the car or the sky?
The sky.
Oh, okay. Here is,
It's a very it was a very blue sky earlier.
It's hard to see with photos, but in person I imagine it was more blue.
Yeah. It's just the same dumbass shit. I mean, Speaker McCarthy doubles down on Biden impeachment inquiry. Why don't we just like get rid of him and just get rid of whoever else they install him with?
My job is impeach. Fuck. I like that. I like it.
Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good. Our government's trash. There's just no defending it.
Name a better one. All right. I work every day tirelessly. All right. Sitting on my ass, doing nothing to protect these guys. All right.
You should give me 1 minute and I can name you a better government.
Are you just gonna look up what government's better than the U.S.?
No, that's not what I'm typing in. I don't care about America. I want to know like how the other governments do the right shit.
You're looking up happiest country in the world?
No, I already know the answer. It's Denmark, I think.
Yeah, people who made Lego.
The federal government didn't do shit. America, quit trying to fucking brainwash me. I know you're just lying to me.
You know,
5 things
we
the
need to get
government does better than you. Oh my god.
we need to get a politician on our podcast someday. All right.
That would be interesting. They'd swindle us. We'd have to vote for them.
Well, yeah, we'd say we'd vote for them. Take a picture at the polls of our own names. I put Nocam in.
Vote for Mr. Amadeus.
Yeah, cue the fucking Dennis speech video. Hey, when are you becoming mayor, by the way? I thought that was going to be a thing. I'm willing to make campaign posters.
I think that I can run for election in 2024. I don't know. I don't think I'd be very effective because I wouldn't be very good at shifting through red tape and going with how slow our current a lot of political systems are, where
Just
it's
lie to everyone. Just say that you have a better system in place. And then once you're in, you're in. It doesn't matter from there.
Well, you can't. The system is never going to change. You can say you have better policy, but like how that policy is dictated, or
No, you have a new structure, all right?
I'm going to restructure the whole fucking thing.
You're going to restructure
What would I do?
Hutchinson. You can't say that, though, because they're a bunch of old people.
Yeah,
At least in your district,
it's nice houses.
Yeah, it's old people that they don't want change. So you need to like brand yourself as a conservatard
Pretty much.
to get that particular town's growth.
Yeah.
I like to say that was a joke, but I was an actual slip up.
It's okay. These people will never find me. So fucking stupid. Why are so many people stupid? It's like, where? I wonder constantly if like the internet is a good thing for us as like human beings. This constant influx of information and news and depressing and awful shit that we can see and hear about at a fucking flick of a finger.
Think about it this way.
On the other hand, it's good.
If it didn't exist, then you'd see all that depressing shit on the newspaper instead. So.
No.
No?
I mean, what about okay, so you can't function in this world without internet and without hearing about things.
Yeah.
Everything, at least a lot of the apps that people use online, it conveys popular information or relevant information.
Yeah.
The newspaper did the same thing, but you didn't need the newspaper to live. You didn't need it to, okay, you don't need the internet to live, but you know, obviously we're fucking on the internet right now. It's what we do in our free time, with the majority of people.
Right.
Browse the internet or consume, you know, media, shows, TV, whatever. It's not the same as browsing, but no, it's a pointless thought to think about, like, how different the internet generation, the Gen Z that grew up with this shit, if that's gonna make like a substantial difference 40 years from now when the majority of our generation is in power, if anything's ever gonna change, if this is like, you know, another rough spot, and eventually, you know, all the boomers will fucking die. All the people that are currently in power in this country, they will be dead. So the replacements will be better, assumably.
No.
Right?
There'll just be a bunch of more old farts.
No. No. Fucking stop it. It's just...
I'll run for Congress. 2046.
I think being the governor of Minnesota would be interesting.
Mayor of
There's
Minneapolis.
Mayor is a fucking useless piece of shit.
Yeah,
Mayors
but if
shit.
it's above a large city like Minneapolis, then it's a pretty big position.
Mayor of Minneapolis. I guess there's some things you could do. I'd still prefer to be governor
You
because,
defund the
like, I can at
police.
least. Yeah, as governor, I can defund the police. As mayor, I can only spend the police budget. No, I don't believe in. Well, I partially believe in defund the police. I'm more of a firm believer in spend the police funding on better shit
Better
or better
training.
training.
I think
Yeah,
it should just be strictly better training instead of better equipment because they're just gonna waste it all on
yeah,
equipment.
yeah. It's true. Better training overall.
Better training, the more confident they are, the less willing they're gonna be to reach for their weapon right away.
Yeah, I have ideas, Molly. If you had to restructure the police force, you have to like make them better. What are some like things that you would do to try and attempt to make uh, police in Minneapolis or just in Minnesota in general like better at their jobs, less frowned upon, I should say.
Um, I don't. Well, if it's to get them less frowned upon, I don't know if there really is a way because a lot of the public, well, now generation, a lot of the public don't like the police. They don't care about them at all, and I don't know if there's any way that we would be able to get that to change. Um,
Do you think it's a public issue?
not all of it, but I feel like we could go through the work of like giving them better training and I don't know, not I don't really know. Just but no matter how we try to like do it with like the police like fix it on that end, the public is still going to view them as how they are. I don't think there's really
Well, yeah, overnight it won't
yeah.
happen,
Just
but
like nuclear energy, you know.
nuclear energy, how good it is.
No, I mean, I am a firm believer of nuclear energy, but you have that NIMBY, not my backyard shit. So people are afraid of nuclear energy. So obviously, it's not going to be an overnight thing to get people to trust it, no matter
Yeah,
how
I mean,
good or how tight our regulations is for it. Just
well, those people are fucking stupid. The police, I think there's obviously it's gonna take years
yeah.
upon better policing and better policies to make better police officers. I don't know,
Then I
Molly, do you
think
have like any or yeah, you finish your thing.
I think some work should be done to like buckle down, or like some more research should be done for like precincts. I saw
Yeah,
there's like a 1 minute long video or a one fucking hour long video of someone like going through like this guy who went undercover like after the George Floyd incident in Minneapolis. They went to the Minneapolis police and they could see like countless records of or countless times where like police officers would like just abuse their power. It's
yeah,
like it's a corrupt precinct. Well, at least
yeah.
yeah,
A lot of the officers, what's the saying? If there's like five cops that are doing a bad thing and the sixth one doesn't do it but knows about it, then all six are bad
yeah,
because they're legally in the right or they're always acting as if they are when all of us have seen so many fucking videos or news stories where obviously they're not. They've just committed fucking murder, robbery, intimidation, making up shit just to meet a fucking quota or because they have the power to do so.
yeah.
And we have to abide by it.
We investigated
It's
ourselves and found nothing wrong.
no, yeah. Oh my god. I think a good like a good possible system, go by the court of public opinion. It kind of sucks. I think a good way to offset what I'm about to say is to increase pay and have a lot of nice benefits. But each precinct or each department has its own website, and each officer is listed. And after each shift, um, their body cam footage is uploaded. Obviously it's turned off for their lunch break for an hour, but otherwise their entire body cam footage is on for constant review.
See, that would
It's
be
it's
a
invasive. It's
logistical issue,
invasive.
but
Yeah, it would.
at least with like
But other,
keeping it always powered on, and then having, and if it's always powered on, make sure it's good video feed, and then the storage
well,
for all that too. But
yeah, with how much fucking money? Well, okay, there's not a whole lot of money that goes to police departments, but
yeah,
the body cam itself, they're supposed to have on for all interactions. I think that's a mandate now. Turning it off is legal because police need some level of accountability, and the body cam is the best way to show what both them and the suspect or person, a part of whatever thing it is they're doing,
yeah.
what they're also doing as well. Storage, I mean, yeah, it'd be money, but okay, so you know what? A little bit of more money and a lot more better training for police officers, de-escalation. Um,
Where are we getting that money from?
Fucking government, because we're gonna cut your military in half. All right,
My
that's
military.
that's my plan. That's my plan as president. I'm gonna cut the budget in half, and that other 400 trillion that's gonna go towards country infrastructure. It's gonna go towards
400 trillion.
or 400 billion.
Yeah, jeez.
that's
Yeah.
uh that's gonna go towards building lots of building buildings, building.
So basically doing what Joe Biden said he would.
Yeah, these fucking phrases that a lot of politicians using, they use the money to build things. It's good. That's what like we want you to do. You just don't fucking do it. You just do nothing. What has Joe Biden done for any of us? What? Okay, I don't want to seem like a Trump turd either. What did Trump do for us either? What has any fucking
He said
president done
some
for us?
silly jokes on stage, so
All right,
I mean,
Molly, has Joe Biden made a difference in your life?
I can say with absolute certainty, I don't think so.
Has Donald Trump made a difference in your life?
I don't think so.
well, I think we put a
Based
lot of weight on the president. I mean, they have a lot of power for sure. Like on the president fucking totem pole. I mean, I think I personally believe that they're just a fucking celebrity politician that kind of takes the brunt for everything else. And then if another shit gets, some bullshit gets passed, who gets blamed? It's the president,
Yeah,
Not that I'm
but like they
backing
do
up,
have
like,
power.
yeah, I'm not that I'm backing up, like saying, like, don't blame the president for anything, but I'm just saying it's not always them, and they can't do like fucking everything. I mean, I think it's half of the problem is the people who are voting for them believing all the bullshit that's spewing out their mouths. Like, you really
Yeah.
think this can be done in like 4 years? You really think we could restructure our entire country in 4 years? Fix all of our problems? I mean, we could take steps towards it, which obviously has never been done, but because everyone thinks in short term. But our conversation earlier just reminded me of this.
Yeah, he does. Your most average police officer.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I don't know, I'm just looking about something about can Joe Biden forgive student loans? And how he's trying to make it an executive order and all the things he'd have to go through. His new plan to forgive $10,000 of student debt for any borrower who makes below $125,000 a year.
It seems reasonable to me.
Okay, so like, what is he actually actively doing?
Like he tried getting it passed, and I think somebody blocked it. I think it was the Supreme Court that like blocked it. They said, "Yeah, that's not happening."
It's not been approved by Congress.
I could just go on
Um,
fastfood.gov because I was on there earlier for college shit.
okay, so why don't we? Why? I'm forgetting. There certain members of Congress that like just don't have a term limit anymore?
Yeah, there we go. The
Or there's
Supreme
that.
Court. So like if we go on fastfood.gov or like studentaid.gov, the Supreme Court issued a decision blocking us from moving forward with our one-time student debt relief plan. Visit studentaid.gov/debt relief to learn more about the actions President Biden announced following the decision and find out how this decision impacts you. So the Supreme Court just keeps blocking shit. But,
Jesus fucking Christ.
so that's another
Why?
thing. I mean, if you're the fucking president, you can do so much, or you can make all these promises. You could maybe like make plans and go forward with them, but then you have the Supreme Court who could just block shit. Just because
We don't like
they're like behind or backed by a fucking
a different party.
yeah.
It's these people need to pull them up by their bootstraps.
I don't get
Oh
it
my
though.
God.
Like it benefits no one but except the people who are like distributing the loans, which don't really need the money because they're getting insane amounts of money anyway. So
No, they would be getting more money if people still had all their loans to pay back.
no,
It's
no, it only benefits. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It only benefits the loan, the fucking loan guys, people who are distributing the loans. If you
I
block it,
suppose, yeah. Yeah.
which is mostly
I
like, isn't that like the conservatard like idea? Is the fucking only helping rich people?
yeah. That racist that I was on a boat with earlier. We didn't delve into like capitalism or
Mhm.
socialism too much, but he did make sure to say that obviously full socialism will never work. No country's ever done it and it's worked, and I do agree,
Yeah.
but you can't. It's not crazy to say that like your health can be covered by the government, which already takes your money. It's not crazy to say that a person working a full-time job, so that means that there's demand for it enough that they should be able to like comfortably afford housing and food and to be able to enjoy life. There's just not a good reason why they shouldn't be able to. Oh, they didn't pick a good enough job. It's arbitrary. A fucking teacher is so much more invaluable, I'd say, to a group of people than fucking investment banker. I know that's the easy picking. Anything
Mhm.
in the banking sector, where it's just you don't contribute anything, but you make more money than the fucking 15,000 people that live in this city with me. I produce more labor I do in a day than you ever have in your life, but you still make, 400 times what I do. It's just,
Yeah.
it's clowns in costumes. That's the name of the world.
What's your thoughts on that photo I just sent?
It's depressing.
Countries with universal health care. And it's like literally every like Western country, like most Western countries, and then even fucking Russia and China.
Yeah,
They got
fucking
universal.
Russia.
North Korea doesn't.
Russia.
That's
Oh,
crazy. I wonder what kind of healthcare North Korea
Saudi Arabia has universal health care,
has. What the
and
fuck?
they are terrible with money. They are such a backwards fucking country. Molly, you know how women are treated in Saudi Arabia, right?
I do not.
Um, I think that's where a real epidemic is. Uh, you can't show any skin. You can't go outside unless there's a man accompanying you. If you break those two rules, you will be imprisoned. You don't have a right to education. Actually, you can't get an education. Even if you have money, you're a woman. You can't. You just can't fucking do it.
Aren't you? Aren't they like still trying to get the tallest building though?
The Burj Khalifa? Yeah, they still
Yeah.
have that.
See, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what Saudi Arabia has. Yeah, you have the tallest fucking building in the world. You have a city that's, full of old. Oh, okay, I need to stop using the phrase "old money," but full of a lot of oil tycoon billionaires, trillionaires, almost people that don't have to disclose how much fucking money they have.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of people that you have in Saudi Arabia with absolute levels of fuck you money.
I remember in U.S. government. I mean, I think there's a reason, or another reason why you know so much about it is in government back in high school. You were Saudi Arabia, and I believe I was America.
Yeah,
It was an interesting
yeah.
dynamic.
No, it's fucking crazy. That backward shit ass of a country that has a lot of human rights issues can still get universal health care,
Yep.
even with all their stupid ass spending. But it's just socialism on our end. It's
Yeah, it would
just
be socialism.
no,
It would be communism if we did it.
it's just bad. It's oh my god.
It doesn't make.
Why can I?
There's so many capitalist countries on that list that has it.
I know. I know the biggest fucking argument that a lot of people make for this shit is, well, we obviously foot the defense bill for all of those
Yeah,
other European
that
countries,
cringe
but
ass like TikTok edit, like we're gonna show Russia why we don't have free healthcare.
yeah, I mean, yeah, we will, but it's like fucking,
Yeah.
it sucks.
Yeah.
It, it's. I want to see exactly how much projections for universal health care would cost America.
To be
What's your
fair,
guys'
we
guess?
also do like make a lot of money like compared to other countries, but I mean still. The guess for what?
How much do you guys think it would cost the government to provide universal health care for every citizen in America?
300 billion.
'em. 1 billion.
That's it. I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot of people in America. You think 1 billion?
Sure.
149 billion
Damn.
annually. Annually.
Literally cut mine in half. My prediction in half. Holy shit. Yeah, we could just sliver that off of the military. Maybe buy less desks and chairs.
Just give a little bit less money to Lockheed Martin. All right,
Yeah.
it'll all be good. We already see that. Yeah, Russia has fucking nukes, and if it went to nuclear war, we're all fucked. But when it comes to like warfare without bombs, they're just bad.
Yeah.
We win. No one. China's our competitor. We need to like see how they can do,
You know,
but
the
we probably
US
don't need to.
the other
There's
thing
no
is
need to.
predatorial companies. I'm not saying that the US military isn't any good, like they're screwing the US military over. I'm saying that they increase our defense budget by over fucking inflating prices for shit. Like
Yeah,
the people the military buys from, they just overinflate prices. They get more. The military's gonna buy it anyway.
I know that's. It's just the way how manufacturing works. I mean, a fucking
Capitalism.
modern fridge that like most houses would have, anywhere from I don't know, $800 to like 3 grand for a somewhat decent fridge nowadays. But meanwhile, it only costs I don't know, $300 to $600 for it, or mattresses as well. How fucking expensive those are compared to the cost. And I get you're a business, and yes, you should be able to make profit because you are providing a service and you are manufacturing things, but holy shit, tone it down just a little bit. That's why I think
Yeah.
I remember hearing that Minneapolis is actually enacting some rent control. I want to double check this, but
Rent control.
that's that's good. That's what cities need, is just price control for a lot of things, so that obviously landlords can just keep on raising rates up and up and up and up and up, and there's just fucking stop to it. It'll only stop once they've completely crossed that line where it is literally unaffordable.
Yeah, and then it becomes like the luxury. Luxury becomes the new fucking lower bar.
Yeah, it's what? Oh, I don't know how accurate this is. June 28th this year, Minneapolis City Council kills rent control with 3 Muslim members absent for EID. What?
Absent for what?
I'm not sure. The Minneapolis City Council voted Wednesday to kill work on a proposed rent control ordinance without input from 3 Muslim council members who were absent because of the holiday Eid al-Adha. So the Muslim members would have been in favor of rent control. Oh, okay. The members who missed were pro rent control, so they scheduled a meeting to talk about it when they couldn't attend because of religious beliefs.
Oh my god!
Seriously?
So they did it predatorily. Damn.
Yeah,
That's why
there's just
politics
no
are amazing.
there's just no winning. Actually there is a way to win. I want to show you guys how you win politics. I'm not gonna say it, but I can show you guys at least. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Dun, 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 dun. If you guys are in the Discord, this would be a funny one, but you guys aren't, so
Fucking losers.
shit, now I actually have to find it. Alright. What was that? What?
I
That
just
was
wanted
so
to.
fucking loud.
I wanted to find out what Elias moment was.
I can't find a good enough photo. Wait, this should work. Okay. We download that. We send it to the chat. And this is how you fix politics.
Is that a? Uh, well, it's a carbine for sure. It's not an M4.
No, it is.
It's an M4.
Yeah.
I should know that. That's literally my weapon system. I didn't know they made it like that. I thought
I mean,
the rails were huh,
Colt M4 carbine. Yeah, that's what's popping up when I click on the photo.
weird.
Yeah, Jason, you should be able to fix politics for us, right?
Hey, I defend our broken system. It's your job.
You're a class traitor. How does that make you feel?
Hey, I'm using the training for the good in the future, all right? They're conditioning their own downfall. All right?
So you're like the Mujahideen.
I don't know. What the fuck is that in Mujahideen?
Mujahideen was the insurgency group that America backed when the Soviet Union was invading Afghanistan.
Yeah.
The Mujahideen later became the Taliban.
Holy shit. All right, I'm not gonna go any further into that conversation, just for safety purposes of my own welfare. But
Fucking system IT administrator has just been watching this podcast the entire time just to make sure that like you're staying in line.
yeah, hey, they didn't even pop up for a concurrent viewer, so if they don't even give us that, then what the fuck is the point? We have
Fuck you.
like I know these podcasts are new, and like this is our fourth one technically, but like at least we had like one or two just random concurrent viewers. We've consistently had zero.
We're just boring.
It's not. We're just not getting out there. So I think we might have to change the platform. Worst case scenario, we'll go back to Twitch, but
Twitch
yeah, that sucks.
or market more. That's the best I
Hey,
got.
Molly's literally our marketing person. She's supposed to be getting out there.
I didn't realize I still was.
You're still on the list.
I'll do better, I promise.
Yeah. So you're supposed to be marketing. Carter's supposed to be or I'm sorry, Amadeus Kyouma is supposed to be the money guy, and I'm supposed to
All right, sure.
I'm supposed to be the tech guy. All right. So that
Can
means I need
we?
to make sure that you guys have your proper equipment.
Yeah. So can you like make sure that on the website people can buy merch? I suppose we need to send photos, like actual quality photos of what merch looks like, don't we?
So we need marketing first. All right. This is a step-by-step process. First, we need marketing. Molly needs to work her ass off to get marketing out there. Then you need to
And
manage
then
the money. Like, how much are we going to sell the merch for? Like, how
yeah.
much do we need? How are we going to keep getting consistent funds? And then once I get that PowerPoint started, I'll update the website.
Okay. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We just made a step-by-step process on how to
Dominate.
divide your just win. Just
Yeah,
win.
just win the internet. Hey, the internet is mine, all right? It's out there, and it's for me to grab. One of these days, one of my projects will take off, all right?
You sounded like
Your
you were reciting.
project.
I don't like what?
You sounded like you were reciting something there. I know you weren't, but
I wish. Actually, I don't. I'm a unique individual. All right. We've been going for a while. So I'm gonna do the advertisement now. Give us like a little like minute break. It is actually going into 9 o'clock for me, 8 o'clock for you guys. So you get to stretch out a little bit. Well, think about what you're going to talk about next, because then we're going to go into legalization, because we've been talking about politics the whole time. Let's talk more about politics.
Hell yeah.
Marijuana right after this advertisement. All right, I'll see you.
Do you get too excited when watching the TV? Need to remind yourself not to get up to get a snack in the middle of a show to keep your belly down? Do you need an easy-to-use system to make sure your son doesn't get to second base in the middle of your living room? Consider the Couch Belt, patent pending. The Couch Belt 3-point safety seat belt system will keep you and your family safe during epic movies and extreme movie watching. All you need to do is sit, swipe, and click. Then you're ready to experience your beloved shows and movies with little to no outside distractions. This could also be a great gift for an elderly grandparent that falls asleep easily while viewing old westerns. Here's your chance to get it now. Just contact one of your hosts to get a couch belt for $29.99. That's $29.99.
Whoa.
And if you contact them now, we'll throw in one more couch belt for free, as well as a limited edition couch holder, a singular soda can cooler embedded into your couch cushions. Contact your hosts today for this limited time offer. The couch belt is not recommended for those under 6 years old, as intense strangulation may occur. The limited edition couch holder is not recommended within 4 feet of anything flammable, as it contains unstable lithium-ion batteries. There are no warranties. Your purchase is a permanent ordeal.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that break. We have returned.
We are back.
Did you stretch out? You get some things together?
I stretched. I didn't really do much.
Yeah.
I'm still stretching. It feels good, I have to say. And
Yeah.
the Crown Vic is not a comfortable vehicle to sit in for a long amount of time.
The Lincoln is. I'll tell you that.
I'm sure.
The Black Pearl. I already named her.
What is with you guys? Okay, it's just you. I didn't name either of my vehicles.
Yeah,
Molly, I don't think Molly has a name for her car.
It's so much more cool. Like it feels like I'm Star-Lord, Guardians of the Galaxy, and naming my ships. All right.
The Marvel occasion. All right.
Yeah. It's less of that, but like, you have a ship. You're driving around something or moving around something insane, or that costed you an insane amount of money. I mean,
yeah.
Anything that requires you to get a loan for, I think, is an insane amount of money. So I think it should be proper if you named it. But
What's the fastest you've gone in your vehicle?
probably when you were in it.
Just 80? That's it?
Was that 80?
Damn.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I
Hey,
was looking at your speedometer because we were on a curve a little bit, so I was curious how fast you were going. But
yeah. You said this is the fastest I was around, or I've been around this corner, and that maybe raising an
yeah, that is true.
eyebrow, but
That's true. You were going 80 around the corner. I was testing the Crown Vic earlier around that corner, and I felt decently comfortable going like 75 around it on the current tires.
yeah,
My plan is once winter hits, get some like expensive ass winter tires,
yeah. You do
and
need
by the
some.
time spring, yeah, and just have a dedicated pair, one for winter, one for summer.
That'd be
More
nice.
expensive, but it's necessary, I'd say.
That's what I plan on doing with it. I mean, yeah, I like the more. I'd rather pay a little bit more for 2 sets of really good tires than just like a shitty multi-purpose. Like, because I get it. I mean, it is good for both, like getting a multi-purpose tire, but
Yeah,
I don't. What's crazy
I,
is you don't
I
have
think
to worry about that down here at all.
yeah, you just need all season, all right?
Yeah. Or you just need fucking. It could be all season. It could just be summer tires. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah. No, we get fun weather, especially with a rear-wheel drive vehicle that's that fucking heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess I can just put a bunch of cat litter in the trunk. That'll help with what does that help with?
Fraction,
Traction.
maybe a little bit. Uh, it would actually help you because some people put like cat litter in their trunk and their car's like front wheel drive. Like, how would that help?
I
Like,
did that.
maybe that would help with stability.
I want to look it up. Why do you put weight on rear-wheel drive in winter? When there's snow on the road. What?
It's
Yeah,
a,
it's just to put weight down on the back tires and give it a little more traction.
yeah. I mean, I could maybe see. I mean, it could help. It wouldn't be like it wouldn't be an ailment if you had front wheel drive. But I feel like they're just mainly
No.
for rear wheel drive.
Yeah,
For
I
like
mean, from
putting weight on the thing that actually like moves the vehicle because
yeah,
like
it's still a little bit more weight, so it's still pressing down on the ground a little bit more. It's just not as much of a difference as with a rear wheel drive.
Mhm.
The I know I put like 2 bags of cat litter in my Chrysler Sebring the first winter I had it, just for the fuck of it, pretty much. I mean, I didn't notice any major difference. The only thing I noticed is once I took them out, it felt like almost like a new car, just because it accelerated slightly faster, and it was kind of nice.
yeah.
But I don't know. It probably won't be much of an issue. I don't like drive it a whole lot. It'll be a weekend vehicle, unfortunately. Well, more often than not, a weekend vehicle. It'll be kind of interesting. Molly will be the third person to be part of the gang and also drive the Crown Vic
Nice.
tomorrow,
There's
at
only
least.
there's only one person that hasn't. We all know who that is.
And he never.
And he fucked up your Chrysler.
Yeah, he still broke it. It's all his
Yeah.
fault. I'm still curious what that piece was. I genuinely am.
I don't even remember what piece broke off.
It is kind of funny to think about. I remember later that day when we went to his grandparents' house to reattach my fucking exhaust.
Yeah.
I remember asking you for a ratchet. When it's like turned to the right, that means it's tightening it, right? And he gave me like, well, yeah, no shit.
Oh my god.
You didn't know that? I've come so far now. I've come so far.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, I just hate when people are like pretentious like that, especially people who are like new to it or didn't have the same opportunities to have the same experiences that you did.
So I fucking told you, I think, because you don't know something until you fucking know it. It's
Yeah.
pretty good. Molly,
Yes.
are you excited?
For
You piece of shit.
I don't know.
I thought you were asking if she's excited to drive the Crown Vic.
You know what? Yeah.
is that
Molly, are you excited to drive the Crown Vic?
kinda yeah.
Yeah? Hell
I'm
yeah.
I'm more worried than excited, I think, just because it's such a
Don't
long vehicle.
crash my vehicle.
I will do my best. I mean, hey, it was only this week that I ever hit a car before, so
That's true.
it'll be
You have a
fine.
yeah, you have a decent driving record so far.
Well, sort of.
I mean, hey, she hasn't gotten a speeding ticket, and neither of you, right, Jason?
No. I only get pulled over for bullshit. All right. Like,
I do too.
genuinely.
I do.
Genuinely.
Genuinely.
Like...
Whatever, it's stupid. All right. Going fucking 90 in the Crown Vic feels like going 60.
Yeah. I mean, I can agree with that. Per is so nice, though. I like it. The fucking... I miss 8 cylinders.
It's nice.
I have 6, but it's all wheel drive, so I'll take it. I just drive over everything.
He's got that soccer mom SUV energy to him at this point.
Who does?
You're
I
like
do.
king of the road now. You're king of the road. Make way, children.
Yeah,
I have to
well,
go
I'm
to
king of
my
the road because
grocery store.
everyone thinks I'm going to be an old person. So I go slightly above the speed limit, or I go like beyond the speed limit, like just to prove that I'm not.
That's good.
Or
Do
like
you see a
sometimes
lot of, like,
I'll just curb hop just because it's easier.
Yeah.
Like if I'm parked somewhere stupid, I'll just say fuck it.
Yeah. You don't get on the highway much in your area, do you?
Yeah, there's like right off base, all there is highways.
Oh. Do you see
Yeah.
like a lot of aggressive speeding or not really?
Yeah. I
Hell
mean,
yeah. I feel
there's like no police off base. Like on and around base, there's police, but like
yeah.
I was following someone home one time because their alternator was going out, and like
Mhm.
at one point we're going like fucking, I think it was like 80 at that point, and they're still going faster than me, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm not following this guy home." Like they're literally just like weaving around vehicles and shit. And like
That's
I
what
think
wanna
they're
do.
like I think they're keeping up with their RPM because they had to keep it at a certain level so their car wouldn't like fuck up. But
Yeah. That's what I want to do. Swimming. That's what it's called when you're just like weaving in and out of traffic.
yeah,
I
you
don't
do
know if
that.
I could do that in the Crown Vic. It's a bit too big for that, I'd say, and not fast enough, but
Yeah. Well, I
it'd be
mean,
fun.
maybe fast enough. It's good that you got
Eh.
the police interceptor. If it was a civilian version, then it wouldn't have. There's like, for some reason, they put like a lock on certain speeds. At least that's what I read.
A governor on it. I want to see.
Yeah.
What do you say, Google? Uh, electronically limited to 129 miles per hour.
Electronically limited. 129. The Crown Vic.
Yeah. Yep.
Civilian or police?
Police. police.
What about civilian?
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Oh fuck! Actually, like I was trying to figure out, like I was clicking that, trying to figure out what the fuck is this, and it just reminded me of what this episode's supposed to be about. But
Yeah, we'll get to it after this. I can't
Minor.
find.
yeah,
I can't find just something called a straight civilian model. I know there's a police interceptor. Would it be the LX? I think that's what the other thing is called.
it's probably the LX.
Crown Vic LX. What? 136. Okay. How much faster are police interceptor Crown Victorias over regular ones? If you got the optional towing or taxi package with your civilian Crown Vic, it was probably slightly faster than the police interceptor.
What? That's crazy.
I can slightly see it because as the police interceptor, they add a lot more shit to it
Yeah.
that in the end it does slow it down, which is unfortunate. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's radar and cameras, yada yada. Whatever. It's a fun vehicle. All right. Probably after this podcast is over, I'm gonna go drive it some more.
Good.
Um.
I'm glad. I'm glad that it works, and then it's gonna be fun to drive.
Yeah. 2026 will have AC. Speaking
yeah.
of functioning AC, which movie should we start with for our reviews that are almost outdated at this point?
Are we just gonna skip over the marijuana segment? We're just gonna be.
Oh,
I mean,
alright,
we can briefly talk about it. I feel
Yeah,
like this
let's do
is
it,
definitely gonna be a longer episode than usual. So, I mean,
just slightly.
unintentionally, yeah.
I feel like most people. I feel like you guys already know what my thoughts are. Molly, you're the wild card here. How do you feel about marijuana being legal in Minnesota now?
It doesn't affect me at all if it's legal or
Okay.
not.
What are your thoughts on it being
It
made
doesn't affect
legal?
her. All right.
I don't really. I mean, all right.
So essentially, you
it's
don't
nice for
care
the
whether
people
the
that-
government tells you to smoke a certain substance or not.
Yeah.
Boring.
I guess it's nice for the people that do smoke that.
I think it's
But-
nice for the people that are locked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if that's gonna,
Yeah.
if that is actually going to help them, because that'd be kind of
Yeah.
fucked up if they were in jail or in prison for a crime that's like no longer a crime.
I think that they'd have to be released. They'd fucking have to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think? How do you think how quickly that like disseminated? Like, what if someone got like arrested, like the second they passed it, and then they
The
went to
day
the police?
before or some
Yeah,
shit?
no, like just the second if they passed it, and then they went to the police station, and all of your stars went away, and it's like, all right, you're free to go. It's like, thanks for the ride. Can I get back? Can I get my car back?
Yeah. Yeah. From what I can see, the new law says that employers can't require a drug test to screen for cannabis as a condition of employment, with exceptions for police officers, firefighters, childcare workers, anyone needing a commercial driver's license, and healthcare providers, to name a few.
No pilots, huh? All right.
Interesting. All right, sure. But a company can have a rule prohibiting cannabis products or use at the workplace or while using company equipment. So a person can be fired for showing up high, and a company can request a cannabis test if they have reasonable suspicion that someone is under the influence.
I would say that's fair. Because if someone fucking shows
Yeah.
up to work pissed drunk, like, I feel like this should have been like law like forever ago. That like
Yeah.
there shouldn't be like any reason to drug test you before, but if there is suspicion, by all means.
Yeah.
Well, like
I
if
feel like this
if,
drug. This.
what's it?
I feel like this drug should have just been made legal fucking decades ago. But okay,
Right.
that's good.
I
We
mean,
got it now.
I mean that's what I think as well, but
It's still.
you know, it's a bunch of old people
elite-
trying to figure out young people shit, and eventually we'll get there. All right.
It's still illegal at the federal level, which is funny.
Which means if I go on break and I go up to Minnesota, all right, I still can't do that shit.
No, you can.
Well, I can't.
You're not. You're in Minnesota where it's legal.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because
So
they do random UAs. So then if I get
federal.
no matter like if it's like I took did like a cannabis shampoo or some shit, like there's no way to justify it, especially in the eyes of the military.
You should eat some lemon poppy seed muffins before they do one of those tests.
They actually have lemon poppy seed like snack inside the MREs.
They shouldn't allow that because I'm sure they probably took it out, but do you know what happens if you eat lemon poppy seed muffins and they do a drug test?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it looks like it's opium or some shit.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's you have to eat so much poppy seeds though
That's fair.
for that
Well,
for that to actually register. But still, yeah.
Same thing with like the cannabis shampoo. How much shampoo are you have to use
Yeah.
before it like actually, enters your bloodstream?
Exactly. But then at that point you have to start like reading the shampoo bottle of like, all right, how much is this gonna actually affect me, and then how much would my skin absorb? You know, it would just be like.
Well, I thought like you would inject the shampoo into your bloodstream via.
I don't know. It's just like a thing. Like they detect any amount of it, like you're fucked.
That's
no matter what situation.
I get why, but like, if you have like an extended leave, and they come back and they test for it, but they're not on it at the moment. I get why they have to do blanket rules just because it saves time for situations like that, but it's still stupid.
I mean, they don't do alcohol testing.
Oh, so they're just complete fucking hypocrites. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Either of you guys have any more thoughts regarding cannabis legalization?
I mean, for me, yeah, obviously. I mean, I just think 100% it's a good thing. And it's good progress. I think my mom's being a little goofy about it.
How's she being goofy?
He's asking.
The weather witch is being goofy.
Yes, the weather witch is being quite goofy about this. She actually asked my grandma, like, "Hey, do you mind if I just like out of the blue, like just a couple days after, mind if I like put a garden on your farm?" And then my grandma obviously is like, "Yeah, why not? Sure. I mean, I'll be able to see you more often." And then my aunt like mentioned to my grandma like, you realize she just wants a garden for like weed and shit. And she's like, God damn it.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Shit. Is this happening again?
I can hear all of you.
I mean, I can hear both of you guys, but I don't know if you can hear me. Shit.
I can hear you.
But yeah, regardless, I mean, she was obviously reluctant about it. I'm gonna refrain from saying anything more because I feel like I'm gonna have to repeat it to him. But
why is it always in like the middle of an episode where one of us has
I don't know.
problem?
I mean, it's mostly him, not to point fingers, but like out of nowhere, Or like in the middle of an episode, his shit will just start.
Stop working.
Yeah.
I mean, mine did that one episode.
Mine did. Mine's never done it because my technology is always squared away. It's always in the beginning because I'm always just relearning how to do it.
Mm.
But yeah, you're not excited to drive the Black Betty at all?
I
What the fuck? Hello?
Hello?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah. I mean, we heard you
Yeah.
before, but
What the fuck? Okay. I turned off my Wi-Fi, so I'm on data right now. I don't understand why my Wi-Fi can't do Discord for more than like an hour without killing itself, but
that's
okay.
yeah, that's what we were just talking about. It's like always in the middle of an episode that you're specifically like, yeah, yours just goes out. You're not able to hear us anymore, but
It's interesting. So yeah, your mom and grandma, they're like growing weed now. That's
well,
their
no. My mom
mother.
asked to make a garden. My grandma thought it was like more of a general thing. Like, okay, yeah, why not? I mean, we'll be able to see you more often. You're gonna come down, be productive with our farmland.
Yeah.
And then my aunt is like, you realize it's only gonna be for weed, right? And then I don't think that's gonna be a thing anymore. I think she's just gonna start growing in her apartment.
What the fuck? That's still got to be illegal because the smell, and obviously they can't prove that they haven't been smoking it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I agree. Just for the smell part.
yeah. I mean, on paper, I have to agree that I understand why that has to be made illegal for like apartments.
Yeah.
If I was still as much of a smoker as I used to be, I probably wouldn't give a shit. But I don't know. Most people have a fucking vehicle. All right, go find a nice spot in the countryside and smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more enjoyable.
But
more
then you got to
enjoyable.
drive back.
Yeah, it's even more fun to drive when you're high.
So go find a spot in the countryside and start heavily drinking.
Yeah,
And drive.
that's also fun.
Yeah.
That's also fun.
I don't even want to make a disclaimer because I feel like every episode should go without saying that we're being sarcastic, but whatever. Yeah, she didn't make any comments on her
being
excitement.
sarcastic?
What's that?
Us being sarcastic? We never are. What are you on?
Marijuana. Because it's legal now in Minnesota.
But you
Yeah.
weren't in Minnesota.
I'm in Minnesota. I'm still at the University of Minnesota. So,
All right, we'll be there in an hour.
fuck. You're gonna speed?
Yeah, like I said, it could do 90 comfortably. So take me like 50 minutes to get there.
Dude, I can't imagine like what I'd be doing right now if I was still there. What
I don't know,
like,
fucking
a
jerking off to X.
X, yeah, X.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I was genuinely trying, I don't know where my mindset would be, because I completely changed my major. I don't know. I feel like if the people were more interesting, I would have tried more.
Yeah. You were going for aerospace engineering, right?
Initially, yeah, and then it switched to computer engineering. Well, I thought about computer engineering, and then I said, "Fuck it," and just switch it to comp-sci, computer science, because there's some guy. He was like he lived in the dorm. He was like a significantly older guy who was like a teacher, and he was like he was just talking to me about all the benefits of it, and like, oh, I'm getting interviewed by Google like in a few days or some shit. I was like, some pretty. I mean, he's good at whatever the fucking degree he's getting, computer science.
Yeah.
And yeah, he convinced me to think about it more. I mean, I said fuck it because I liked coding, and so I changed it. And it doesn't really matter if when you're early on for 4-year degrees because you're just doing generals.
Yeah.
So, but what I found out with the degree I'm taking now, like I was prepared, like full on prepared. Like, all right, I gotta get my math ready. I gotta like brush up on my English and all that shit. Now, like the associates that I'm getting right now, you're just required to get like just the classes that you need to obtain your associates.
That's so nice. That's a lot nicer.
It is nice because it's just the class. It's just literally just coding classes and shit. Like,
I get the idea behind like making sure you're at a competent level with math, English, all those other like essentials.
right.
But for certain classes where those aren't required, as long as like you can actually pass the class, what fucking difference does it make? Yeah, it's
I mean, yeah. I mean, I understand it. I don't see the benefit in it because most of the people just drop that knowledge anyway. But I mean,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe
Only teach yourself what you need. Yeah.
I am gonna have to resume the fun in like 2 years with the general classes, but
Yeah.
I'll be a better individual then. I will.
Hell yeah.
I'll not be shitbagging my classes with the help of legal marijuana.
I'll still be working at MediaCom more than likely.
Yeah. I mean, genuinely though, I have like 2 distinct paths. I don't know which ones to take yet. So, I mean, I guess we'll find out. But
that's good. That's exciting.
Yeah, one is still Plan A, and then the other is doing what I want with my life.
Yeah. I have no plan. Well, no plan's the wrong word. I have a very loosely lined out plan that doesn't have a whole lot of details. I just want a couple of things, and I have no set step on how to go about those things or like any rush to those things. They're just there in the back of my mind.
Yeah, that's why like 2021 I was like kind of jealous in a way. Just because you didn't have like any direct idea what you wanted to do, but you had no idea what you wanted to do. You know, it was the you know, there's a sense of freedom in that.
Yeah.
At least from my perspective. I don't know how it is for you, but
freedom can kind of feel just like aimlessness as well.
Yeah.
But no, What about you, Molly? You don't have plans, right? You don't have anything planned.
My crochet business.
The one that I came up with like a week ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's What about a thing that you came up with? Do you have anything like that?
No.
This is why I'm the Steve Jobs of my generation. All right.
What's your plan when you're 40, Molly? What do you hope to be doing?
When I'm 40?
Yeah.
I don't like thinking that far.
Well, too bad. You're gonna be 40 one day. What do you hope to be doing?
Well, yeah, I know that. Living in a house.
Doing
what?
Step?
A stay-at-home cat mom.
Oh my god. Well, who's rolling in the money? The podcast?
Yeah.
The projects that I orchestrate?
Yeah.
So as long as I'm successful inside our endeavors.
Hey, as long as we get successful out of all the hard work we're putting into all these projects.
So now it's we.
Yeah, so now it's we. you know, as long as I do all the coding, all of the structuring, and all of the publishing and advertisements of the game, and the podcast, and get all that shit squared away, you can
Then
have
we're okay.
yeah. Then we are all right.
Also have my crochet business too.
No, we'll have. the
Yeah,
crochet business.
we'll have.
Yeah, all of us will
If
have it.
everything's we, then everything's we. All right.
You
This
can
is-
crochet.
There's
like,
no individuals here.
Yeah, this. I mean, this is our communist phase. We have equal rights as hosts because none of us is
Yeah.
our co-host. So
that is true.
Elias is a co-host.
Yeah,
He's-
that goes without. That goes without
He's-
saying.
A guest.
He has been demoted to guest a long time ago, but he's demoted. He has been demoted to guest when he was still a host. So
Yeah.
but
Um,
anyway,
Are we ever gonna try and get him on the podcast?
probably not.
Hmm?
I mean, we'll probably try, but he definitely won't get on here.
Well,
No,
yeah.
he works too hard for that. So
He works too hard at Wally World.
You just tell people where he works.
Yeah. I'm gonna be right back. You guys think of something to talk about, and then
Okay,
and
yeah.
then we'll go into the Barbie and Oppenheimer.
okay, sounds good. So I'm thinking for like a thing to talk about, we just have like absolutely nothing to talk about.
Paris sounded like she was gonna throw up here.
It's not
Again.
good. To anyone listening to this in the future, like, what's the best way to keep your cat happy? Are they going to be like entertained by the same things that they used to be, or do you just constantly need to give them new things, like a drug addict?
Do they need new toys all the time?
They might. Cats are probably needy bitches.
I just got them a new toy.
Which toy?
What?
What You should describe to our listeners what toy you just got our cat.
It's this pink circle thing that has a ball inside that makes noise when it moves, and there's this animal thing sticking out of it so they can like attack it, and it wiggles around.
I think they played with it a couple of times, and now they're just like done with it. They just don't care.
Yeah.
They have low attention span, or I don't know what the word is.
I don't know.
They just don't care all that much.
No, they'd rather play with my earbuds or yarn than any of the toys that they have.
Well, yeah, cats love yarn. It's really fun. You know, you get to bite it, claw at it. Yeah, I don't know.
Bite or claw.
Well,
That's
not
it.
even in the podcast. All we talk about is our cats.
Is that what you guys have been talking about? Your cats?
Yeah,
Nice.
we tried to make it as interesting as possible.
I would
Well,
too. All right. I want to get an animal. I want a pet. I'm not allowed to get one.
Would you get a dog?
Oh, get a cat
I get a cockatiel.
and just don't tell anyone.
I get
Why
a
would you get a
cockatiel
fucking bird?
and
Why?
I would get a cockatiel and a dog because parrots have the mental capacity of a 3-year-old. All right, they're the smartest fucking domesticated animal you can obtain. All right,
Okay,
I don't want some dipshit fucking. Like, what do you think? Like, What? Imagine like an animal with a fucking masonry hat on. You know, one of those hats you wear at graduation.
Yeah.
What kind of animal's wearing it?
I don't know, a fucking monkey?
No, an owl. An owl's wearing it. All right, because birds are superior.
What?
Thank you.
Mine is Molly. Molly doesn't count.
I don't count as a bird.
No, not in this instance. It only counts when it works for my argument.
And why doesn't it?
It doesn't work for my argument because you're not intellectual.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
How dare you
Mr.
say such a rude thing to me?
Fucking Albert Einstein with his soundboard
Yeah,
playing
see?
the funny sounds.
I'm actually a piece of shit when it comes to grammar at work. So, it's great. Like, as soon as somebody says, like, somebody and me, I just stare at them, and then they know to correct themselves.
That's good. That's good.
All right, so I haven't been drinking enough, so
I suppose, didn't I say I was going to be intoxicated for this episode?
wait, did we say that? I'll have to drink
think
more.
so.
If that's, I mean, I'll have to bring in the bottle then, because
I don't
I'm
wanna
almost
get
done
drunk.
with my
It's-
rum.
Being drunk just isn't that fun. It's
It's not as fun anymore. It used to be fun for me. I mean, I'm enjoying it right now because I'm probably a little buzzed, but
yeah. I don't know. Hard liquor just isn't the most fun to drink
yeah,
by yourself. And
by yourself for sure. Yeah, that's why I do it for like this. It's a social instance in a very sad and twisted way. I was actually almost pulled aside, like I was indulging in a really bad habit that I'm trying to create for myself.
are you becoming a nicotine addict?
Maybe, but I
Hell yeah.
was smoking and I was smoking, and then people are like walking up. They're just doing their weekend shit. You know, it's a Friday night. It's a bunch
Yeah.
of military guys, so they fuck around. And I was just smoking, and these guys just walked up. Just a giant group of people. Just like 5 people walked up to me and like, "What are you smoking?" It's like, just some shitty ass cigarettes, Marlboro or
Yeah.
some shit. And they're like, what kind? It's like I said, I guess it's a red. And they're like, oh shit, you're smoking Marlboro Reds? All right, you're coming with us.
What the
And
fuck?
they took me, and then I was trying to get out of it too. It's one of those social situations you can't just like entirely leave.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, and he like, twisted teas over there. Why don't you grab one? I want you to chug one right now. I'm like, all right.
What kind of peer pressure just happens casually at the moment?
Yeah, I know. I didn't chug it. I mean, I drank it, and I just had a little conversation about him. I told him, I'm going to be honest. I have a Minecraft appointment with my brother. I'm not going to be able to stay here very long. And he's like, you can play Minecraft any other day, all right? We have 2 days. 2 days to do whatever you want. Tonight, it's our night. All right? We're going to go out to we're going to go out to a friend's house after this. And they're all like surrounding me. They get to the certain group, and they're like, "Where are you from? Like, what unit are you in? What's your MOS?"
Yeah.
Like answering all these questions, and then there's this good Samaritan, I would say, who popped up out of nowhere. That's like, "Hey, man, if you want to get out of here, now's the time to do it." And then I'm
Nice.
about to leave, and then like 4 guys, like, "Hey, who's that guy? Or come over here. Where are you from?" Like. Anyway, eventually I got out of it because of that good Samaritan, but
Yeah.
that was good.
Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like I would be that guy in that group to like get an innocent soul out of that kind of situation. So I feel like it kind of paid off, or
Yeah.
paid back. Consoling
feel like,
someone puking all night, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. But I feel like I'd be the other guy, the one that just like walks up to a random person, slightly buzzed, and just think it'd be fun to like try and get this person to, Just come with us. Just make them do what I tell them to do.
Yeah.
I'm not a good person.
No, I mean, I would definitely interact with people and be more social, but I won't force them to do anything. They're obviously like, because I can still get social cues when I'm intoxicated. Like, I don't think being intoxicated is really an excuse for anything, because you still have mental capacity. Like, you're still significantly more retarded or slower. So, we're stupid.
Yeah.
My bad. See, there's the idiocy coming in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I said a bad word. I'm supposed to, that I said I would stop saying, like, OPP iteration number 1. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, that was like a whole tangent of its own thing. I didn't even remember what set that off, but that was an interesting occurrence that happened last night. It's just shit happens. Interesting shit happens around here.
Yeah. We had nothing. I mean, I did an oil change last night. That's my excitement.
I'd be pretty excited about that. I saw those photos. I saw the oh shit photo.
It was the old oil filter that fell in, thankfully. But
yeah, that's good. But yeah, I mean, so do you have any other thoughts on where the fuck we were talking about? Because I don't remember what specifically we were talking about. I don't even.
Neither do I.
Again, I don't remember what set that off. I'm gonna re-listen to this episode, and I'm gonna be you fucking idiot. Like that had nothing to do with what we were just talking about.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
We're all schizophrenic. We just jump from one thing to the other.
Schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Fuck me, right?
I did 2 soundboards at the same time. My bad.
How could you?
I need to be executed for that. That's why we need our fucking. What's that guy's name? I always forget. The guy from the guy who does shit for Joe Rogan.
Jamie?
Yeah, that's why we needed Jamie.
We had a Jamie.
We had one. We had one.
Molly, do you want to be Jason's executioner?
I want to be Jason's executioner.
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
No. You
Why
wouldn't
not?
want to kill him?
No, I wouldn't.
What if it was like something simple, like flipping a switch, or like just like pressing in a syringe? You know.
I don't want to know that I'm the reason that like I
Right.
did the thing.
Firing
to kill
squad,
you.
shooting blanks.
Yeah, you don't
know?
know. Maybe
It could be a blank.
didn't
It could have
kill
been a
him.
live round.
That's good.
Why don't you want to kill Jason?
Because
It
I'm
sounds
her
like you
reason.
really wanna kill
Because
him.
I'm her only reason for her possible success to her 40s. All right.
That's my reason to kill you.
You want to kill me so you guys remain in the dirt?
Yeah.
So retarded. Like we're gonna be in our fucking like late 50s, like reflecting on this. Remember when we thought like we'd go anywhere with our lives?
Remember
That
when
was
we
kinda
thought
funny.
Opinion Planet podcast would like turn out to be good and we'd get like a huge audience and viewers that would come and chat with us and talk about their interesting ideas and life experiences? Remember when we thought that would happen?
If I was just slightly more drunk, I probably would have teared up.
Okay, go cry one of these days. Go cry one of these days.
Yeah, I almost did the other day. I watched a movie.
What movie?
It was while I was drunk too. It was Minari. It's like it was just an annoying ass song that I kept like popping up inside my For You page. So I had Dick Doc. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch this movie. Because I saw one of those videos, like someone was saying, I just watched the movie that the song was from. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. I would say that. Came out in 2021. Surprised I haven't heard about it. Speaking of movies, we should probably get into the real thing here. We should start
Yeah,
with
that's true.
the B, the Barbie. We already talked about marijuana, and everyone agrees that it's a relatively positive thing. Barbie reviews. Should we do like a set system? Do you think we should have like a real like movie review system, like six, out of six planets? How many?
Why sit?
I don't know, because there's 6 stars in GTA San Andreas. Why not 8 planets? We'll just do 8 planets, right?
Sure, that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to go first with their review?
I think you just volunteered yourself.
Alrighty then. So I'm gonna pass that. All right, fine. Um, the Barbie movie, I think it was pretty decent. Just to get the rating out of the way for me, I'd say it's like a 6.5 out of 10. Me personally.
How many?
Uh,
How many planets though?
4 and a moon.
4 in the moon. Nice.
Yeah. Um, the biggest themes that I got from the movie were obvious, the female empowerment, women are slay, and that, you know, toxic patriarchal men can ruin shit. Um, I will say probably the funniest reaction to the movie are the guys that completely think it's like a man bashing movie and just think that it's just shitting on men the entire time.
Yeah.
It's not. It pokes fun at stereotypes that men have, which is fair. It's a stereotype. Doesn't mean it's true for everyone.
Stereotype or sensitivities that most men share.
Yeah, it's not that serious. I think the most cringeworthy scene for me still was just the 2 or 3 minute speech that America gave. Or I understand there's a point to it. I won't lie, it felt a bit
Wait, I'm not remembering
hammer
this. That 2 to 3 minutes.
where how hard it is to be a woman every day. Where it just
Oh,
mentions like literally everything that can go wrong. I mean, yeah, everyone
yeah, it was like
people can have those days.
even men could relate to that. So I mean,
Yeah. So it's, as a all-inclusive thing, I'd say it works better. The movie itself, it's pretty gender affirming for both sides. Um, I think on the women's side of things, it says to be in control of yourself and, obviously don't accept second-class citizen treatment. And for guys that, you don't need a woman or traditional masculine things to be happy. Like obviously Ken, he lost interest in the patriarchy as soon as it didn't, it wasn't about horses. So
yeah.
you can just be yourself, whatever the fuck it is that you like. You don't have to, you don't need a woman to be complete. And you don't need to do what other guys from the fucking 60s thought was cool to do either. You can just do whatever the fuck you want to do, even if whatever you want to do is hard to find out. From what I remember of the ending of the movie, it kind of implied that men and women should exist in like different parts of society, kind of equal to like I thought Malcolm X, where blacks and whites they should be equal but separate. The men and women they have an equal society, but they're just not intermingled anymore for a balancing of power.
Yeah.
Um, the jokes were okay. Snorted at some. It was just like, I'm gonna beat you off. Aha.
Get it?
The Ben Shapiro moment from.
Yeah.
Oh my God, these plastic Barbie dolls are constantly making gay masturbation jokes, and it's funny, Um, Ben Shapiro review on Barbie was hilarious. It was just
I
how
need
much money
I
does he
need to
get
watch
paid?
that one still.
How much money does he get paid to just bitch about the most stupid of things?
Yeah.
Anyway, the last thing I have to say about the Barbie movie is it does have one of my favorite scenes of all time from any movie in it. That scene, I started to tear up in the fucking theater. Still am like tearing up thinking about it. Just when she's like discovering empathy or looking at like the human experience seeing a mother and a daughter, two friends chatting, a couple arguing, and just like getting overwhelmed with the emotion of like how much experience and emotion, what you feel with being alive, with being changing, where you have these highs and you have these lows, and how confusing it all is.
Yeah.
I thought that was beautiful. But yeah, that's, like I said, 4 planets and a moon for me.
Okay. I mean, I like that. I mean, it was pretty well thought out. I mean, I didn't watch the Ben Shapiro one yet, mainly because it seems so pointless.
It is.
I don't know why. What there is to complain about? It's like appealing to like a lot of conservative high schoolers, but yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess I'll just share my review then. My review to start it off, I would say it's 6 planets out of 8.
It's 6 planets?
Well, yeah, I mean I mean, it was a goofy movie. It's not the best movie I've ever watched, but like objectively, I mean, I like the style of it. There wasn't a lot of pointless scenes. I mean, the most pointless was the whole Mattel thing.
Yeah.
With their like, I mean, I get that they needed to put her in a box to like make the movie move forward or some shit, and then they had this whole like weird ass Scooby Doo shape or chase scene. They could have done they could have done something else. Could have done better. I like that Will Ferrell was in it. I feel like
Yeah,
he
that
could have
was
done more
surprising.
with his character though. But anyway, I actually wrote something for this like last week. So yeah. I acknowledge this movie wasn't the type to tickle my fancy specifically. Very women power oriented and a lot of the use of the word patriarchy, but regardless, it was a goofy movie. There's a main message of figuring out who you want to be in the world and that you should have a separate drive in this world besides a significant other. It's an extremely modern message considering the stigma surrounding relationships and personalities today. Best part was just any part Ryan Gosling was in there.
That's fair. That's good.
Yeah. And then, and that I think the biggest takeaway is patriarchy is not about horses. But yeah. I suppose I mean I feel like it should have went without saying for spoiler alert, so
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
a complete idiot if you're just flabbergasted by us spoiling it for you, but
It's been so long. Watch the fucking movie.
yeah.
It
It's
came
been
out
like
a
2
while
weeks
ago.
now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean I think it was I think the people who complain about it being like, oh, it's a men hating movie, they're the ones showing their sensitive masculinity.
Yeah.
I mean,
You should start telling that to everyone that thinks that.
I will. I mean, if people start saying it at my job, I will say that, like, your sensitive masculinity is showing. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really. I mean, it's a very modern movie. I mean, I didn't really expect. I mean, I wasn't surprised by it at all. It was a very expected movie, I would say.
Yeah.
So, as a goofy movie with interesting, slightly emotional scenes that I can understand why one would, get emotional at certain scenes. I would give it 6 out of 8 planets.
Yeah.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I've been trying to debate whether or not to give it 5 or 6 planets. So I'm gonna go ahead and say 5 and a half planet.
Five in a dwarf planet.
Yeah, 5 in a dwarf planet. I was disappointed because the way a lot of people were like talking about it, either from seeing it things online or like people that I know that had watched it before I did, I had this like, oh, this is going to be one of the greatest movies I'd ever seen, and that just was not the case. It's a good movie. Um, I like how in like Dollland and stuff, they added the little like no one walks their dolls down like the stairs and stuff. Like I like the little tidbits of how their dolls were added into it.
Mm-hmm.
Um I don't know. Other than that, it was just kind of I don't know. My biggest thing is I didn't like the use of like weird Barbie and stuff cuz isn't Barbie Land supposed to be perfect? So why would they have a I don't know. It just
It
didn't
reflects the toys that you play with, like what you do to the toys that you play with, or what
okay,
happens.
but those are like being loved and played with. So shouldn't it not be weird?
I mean, it is weird. It's a weird Barbie.
All right. I still it just in my head it's the Barbies that get played with and stuff. A lot of kids are like, "Oh, I love this Barbie," or something like that. So I don't know. But America Ferrera's character, I don't remember the character's name, speech of when all the Barbies started getting like, oh, this is how it really is. I'm not brainwashed anymore. There were parts of it where I was just like, okay, hurry this along. But there were also parts of it where, like, oh, I can relate to that kind of. Um,
Yeah.
so it was kind of like it was a weird hit or miss speech.
Oh, so that speech that was fully like related to women, at least according to the movie, you couldn't relate to, like 100%.
I mean, not 100% because I haven't experienced some of the things that were mentioned, but that doesn't mean that other women don't relate to things like that.
What do you
But
mean?
as one
Or like
single
what kind of
woman,
stuff didn't you experience?
I don't remember it word for word. I just remember like if I'm remembering correctly, there was a part about it where it's like we have to clean up men's messes and stuff. Where I haven't had to do that, but I'm sure there's other women that have had to do things like that.
Clean up other men's messes? What do you mean by that?
Like house cleanliness, like leaving laundry on the floor or trash on the floor.
So it's just a shitty husband.
I don't know if it necessarily meant like clean up physical messes or if it meant like
That's what I was.
workplace where it's like the man does something wrong and the woman ends up having to fix it
See,
or something.
that's what I thought. I thought it was more metaphorical, like to that extent.
Yeah,
But
it was a metaphorical mess.
I took it literal.
well, I mean, it could go both ways, I guess. I mean, if you have a really
guess,
you have
yeah.
a shitbag husband, but I feel like that could go both ways as well. You could have a shitbag fucking wife that doesn't do
Yeah.
shit as well. I mean, it goes both ways.
Well,
Depends
yeah,
on
it
who
definitely does.
you intermingle with. But yeah, I mean, it's so as a female, how do you feel that the movie like affected you?
It didn't. I don't know. I mean,
But you didn't really think that was like that movie wasn't too bad. You know, I could relate to a couple things in there.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's how a lot of movies are, though. You can relate to some things, maybe, but not all of them. I have mixed feelings about the whole Ryan Gosling singing scene.
Why?
It feels like such a weird just add-in to the movie.
Oh, I
Like-
mean, it almost was like completely baseless and pointless, but I think it's needed
Because it's Ryan Gosling.
just because it's Ryan Gosling. If it was anyone else, it would just be pointless.
Oh yeah, I think it was probably added just because it was him.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he was in
La La Land.
yeah, La La Land, so
Yeah,
I mean, he wasn't bad in there either.
Oh, it's a
No.
good movie.
that was a really good movie.
I watched it on my projector.
I was left like with a really big question of why was it such a problem for Barbie to be in the real world if at the end of the movie she could just live in the real world?
Well, she's human at that point.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess. I mean,
What magic was done to make her?
It's just as long as you're crossed over to the human world, you're a human. And as long as you're crossed to that Barbie world, you're a Barbie.
well, no. She had the conversation with the creator of Barbie, and they talk like, okay, if you want to be a real person, you're gonna have to experience all these terrible things, and you'll die, and then
She also says
Uh-huh.
that you never needed my permission to do that, though. So it's not like she had to see all that stuff. It was just to try and help her make up her mind, I thought. Like, hey, this is what you'd experience if you were a human and not in Barbie land.
yeah.
So it just confuses me as to why it was such like this problem to have her in the real world when there wasn't really any consequence of her being.
Because they talked about that one person that one time when it happened last time. I don't remember what happened specifically, but they
I remember it was one of Barbie's sisters that caused an issue.
yeah, like they came back to the real world, like caused like some sort of issue. But I mean, besides that, yeah, if her being there really doesn't cause any. That's why I think. I mean, it's one of those movies where like you don't think about it, but at the same time, that movie was kind of like designed for adults, so like you'd think there would be more
Yeah.
structure to it. Like if it was just a kids movie and it was like that, then I'd be like, all right, that's fair.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
would
goofy
be
movie,
too.
but I mean, it's clearly, I mean,
I
it's
can't-
designed for like older teenagers, like specifically
it's
Gen
rated
Z.
PG-13, so clearly it's 13 and up is the audience.
Yeah.
Which I feel like it should have a bit more of that, like, oh, you have a question raised, here's an answer for that.
Right.
I don't know. I'd watch it again, but not gonna be one of my all-time favorite movies.
Fair.
You gave 5 in a Dwarf Planet.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, so then we go on Oppenheimer.
I'm gonna grab a bottle of water real quick, so one of you guys go first.
A bottle of water.
A bottle of water. British intelligence. British.
Get your water.
Get your water.
Get your water. You fuckers keep on.
Do you want me to
telling
get
what
you
do.
the
You know
water?
what happened. No. I'm a man. I'm a man.
No,
I
I'll
can
get
make
you the
whatever.
water.
Sit your ass down, right?
No, I'm already at the fridge.
No, shut the fuck up. Don't touch that fucking fridge. Touch that fucking fridge and see what happens. I swear to God.
Here's your water.
I can hear the echo. That's nice.
No, you can't. Thank you for the water.
Yeah.
Wow. Making her get it? I thought we just talked about. I thought we just talked about Barbie.
Yeah, the whole point of that movie is that I'm Knuff.
Yeah, you're.
Is it
I've
enough
had
or
enough of your
enough?
shit.
Knuff. Knuff. Ken has to be enunciated.
I've had
Yeah.
enough of your shit. Make me a sandwich. I'm waiting.
I feel like that's what Ben
No.
Shapiro should have said, and people would have been like really fine with his video.
Yeah, it would have been like. Yeah, you have. I don't think he understands the power he has. You just influence. I mean, maybe he does, and he's like kind of gradually like getting up there, like Alex Jones. But
Probably.
same with Steven Crowder. Like he's become unhinged as
Yeah.
well. I mean, I think it was the election that really. But anyway, that's
Yeah.
a completely different topic.
Yeah. Speaking of unhinged,
The Oppenheimer.
which one of you guys? Yeah. One of you guys go first. I wanna hear your review on
All right.
Oppie.
All right. The Oppie, not to be confused with our boat. Oppenheimer review. A very fast-paced movie, as if the movie itself was a movie trailer. It jumps from one scene to another.
Yeah.
It's a good movie for those interested in the man himself. If you're just watching for the bomb, you will be waiting a long while, though with some satisfaction. If you're watching it in IMAX, or with some satisfaction for watching it in IMAX, I enjoyed it. As I did research on Oppenheimer before the movie and watched some interviews he was in, Cillian Murphy did a pretty good job representing the physicist himself, in my opinion. From the little research I've done on the man. But conversely, because I did the research, the movie touched on every main detail about the man's life that wasn't specific to the bomb. The biggest one was the Apple scene. The biggest ones were the Apple scene, his early theories of black holes, or his attempt at unions. I believe some were more important to portray than others. It felt like the extensive research and the attempt at recreating all those events were the downfall, if there was a downfall at all. My only criticism is there being too much. It would have been interesting to sink your teeth into one or two of the events for more of an encapsulating story rather than trying to include every single event, trying to shove it in one little movie reel. But despite that, it was a beautiful movie, and I liked how it was set up, as in the movie was a giant circle making its way back to the beginning to answer the viewers' questions they had when it first began.
Yeah. So how many planets?
I would definitely give it like a. I would give it a 9. No.
I thought the max was 8.
Exactly. No.
What does that mean?
I do I would do a
planets in the
7.
sun?
I would do a 7 out of an 8. 7 planets.
Okay, just say fucking 8 planets and a sun. All right.
8 planets and a sun.
All right, Molly.
I actually surprisingly enjoyed the movie. After I got the gist of the whole jumping from the past and present, I think I did decent enough with like keeping up with everything. I don't know. I saw that other people had like complained about it, but I actually kind of enjoyed that part of it. For the first half of the movie, I did have to play like, how do I know that actor? Because it took me a bit to like get into it. And I knew there was going to be like a decent amount of actors that I'd probably know in it. So I just wanted to see if I could spot them. I didn't really know much about the movie going into it. I didn't know like anything about, well, I should say I didn't do any research on like the actual events that happened that the movie is about. So everything was kind of like a mystery almost. in a way, if that makes sense at all.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree. I think that would actually make it more interesting if you didn't. But
Yeah, I think that's what like helped what had me get interest in it was the fact that I didn't know what was happening exactly or like how the story was gonna actually pan out.
yeah, because for me, it was like
Um,
I saw this one scene. Like, yeah, I remember I read about that, and then I was just waiting
Yeah.
for the next thing to happen. And it's like, oh, yeah, of course,
Mhm.
You,
of
you
course they
should
put that in.
you should buy American Prometheus because that's the book that the movie's based on.
Oh, okay, I should.
um, in my opinion, the worst um part of the movie was anytime Florence Pugh just didn't have clothes on. Like it completely took me out of the movie and just made me so uncomfortable. Um,
So you wouldn't like the
any of
Thunder
those
Gun
scenes,
movies?
I what?
You wouldn't like the Thunder Gun movies?
Probably not.
Damn, fair.
Um,
Why did it take you out of the movie?
because it just doesn't feel like it needed to be in there. It didn't add to the story, and it's a fucking naked person on screen,
I think it.
and I don't like seeing that.
I think it definitely added to the story. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
I'm slightly a prude to that extent. I mean, I don't enjoy just watching that with like a bunch of strangers in a theater, but
But you enjoy watching porn. Okay, yeah, we get it.
yeah, I mean, I enjoy, like, I love going to the jerk off theaters and watching hentai with the boys, but um,
That's that's good.
yeah, but I mean, especially the scene where like it was weird as fuck. The scene where
Yeah,
like
I
he's
yep,
sitting down
yeah.
naked at the board table, but like that's kind of just showing how he felt in the moment. Just like
Yeah, where he's naked, or the scene where his uh ex-lover was like straddling him and fucking him during the interrogation.
yeah, that's what I was. That's
It's
exactly what I was talking about. Like just that's
it's
how she sees it, and that's how he feels in the moment. Just like invisible, like this they know everything, kind of thing.
I think,
But
me personally, my thoughts, since you can make there's at least an attempt at having like there's a reason one can make an argument for the scene to be portrayed that way. It's trying to convey how a character feels. So I think it's like
yeah,
one of the better ways that someone can go about like having moderately tasteful nudity in a scene. Obviously, it's never like needed, but
right.
if for some fucking reason the director wants to be European with it, there's ways of doing it decent, or there's just
I
ways
like
of
that you're
where
trying to like argue with me about like, oh yes, this naked woman on screen when I'm just saying that I don't.
okay, that's good that you don't like it.
Well,
That's great. So
you
I
just
can
said
give my
that
No,
opinion.
I
That's why I don't find an issue with it.
for
You
you
know, you
just
can
said
have
that
your opinion.
you just said you didn't find it needed, and then I
because I
explained why
personally
I
don't.
thought it was,
I mean,
it wasn't
I can
essential, obviously, but it was a helpful story
understand.
point.
I
Yeah.
can understand. I just feel like again, it just in my eyes, it just made me uncomfortable and took me out of the movie. Um, but other than that, I didn't really have any other things that was like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like that. It was all around a pretty good movie. Um,
Did you jump?
I think what?
Did you jump? Did the bomb startle you?
I was like ready, like my hands were ready to cover my ears.
Yeah.
Um, and then I had them uncovered by the time it actually made the noise.
Yep.
So I like quick put my hands back to my ears. Um, but I don't but I didn't like jump.
Oh, okay. I did.
Nice.
I was tired, and I just consumed some wine. It was great.
Wakes you right up. Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
I think the actors did a really good job. I think it. I lost where I was now.
Actors, they did a good job.
Yeah. The only Christopher Nolan things I've seen before were the Christian Bale Batman movies, which
And
I did enjoy.
and
So,
and
and what?
and
I don't know what you're.
Interstellar, the movie. Fucking you and Elias would always
Oh.
would talk over the entire time.
You talked over my movie.
Because
Yeah, but
it was needed commentary.
Was it?
It was a Bratz movie, all right?
Yeah, and that's my favorite kind of movie.
I'm sorry,
No.
we're men. We're elitist about our taste.
Look, this is the patriarchy.
Okay, to be fair, it seemed boring, Interstellar, so
You
Okay.
piece of shit. You piece of shit. You're my mom's boyfriend. All right? My mom's goofy ex-boyfriend. Fucking
Goofy
fell
ex-boyfriend.
asleep in the middle of Interstellar.
I feel like I would do the same, so
God,
that's a fair
okay.
that's a fair
Why?
thing to say.
What the fuck?
Why would I fall asleep?
No, I know why you would. It's just depressing.
Yeah.
That's fair. I don't think this is a movie that I'd personally like pick out to sit and watch. Like, oh, I want to watch a movie. Let me pick Oppenheimer as the movie I'm gonna watch. But I would watch it again if like Carter had it on the TV or something. I'd watch it with him.
Yeah, I mean, personally, me neither. I mean, it would be like I might rewatch it just because it's an IMAX.
Yeah.
Still,
Mm-hmm.
but just because how fast paced it is and how I don't know, I liked it. I just thought it was so broad, and I didn't really like specifically go
Yeah.
through like certain things or like
It went a lot about his life as well as developing the bomb and the politics behind that and a lot of the characters' interpersonal lives. Yeah, it covered a lot.
Yeah.
I suppose Molly, is your review concluded then?
I would like to end it with saying that I did enjoy Oppenheimer more than Barbie.
Damn. Listen to that, SJW fucks.
If anything, she's a conservatard.
I know.
I'll get the issues that I had with the movie out of the way first because I have more good to say than I do bad. Personally, the biggest gripe I had is audio balancing. This was the first movie I'd ever seen in IMAX, and maybe I'm just getting more deaf by the day, but honestly, hearing what a lot of characters were saying coherently was difficult in a lot of the scenes, so I felt like I was missing out on a fair amount of dialogue at points.
Really? All right.
It was maybe I'm too used to fucking subtitles at this point, or the audio or the spot in the theater that we were at was just like too much to the left, and I'm just fucking deaf in my left ear, so I don't fucking know.
I mean, there's probably some unregulated IMAX theaters. The one that I went to, I thought was pretty good with audio balancing. That's what I was kind of confused when people are complaining about it, because like I know Christopher Nolan is like notorious for not having amazing audio balance when it comes to
Yeah.
like speaking, and then all of a sudden everything's loud, and then everything's quiet.
Yeah.
But for this one, I didn't really see any issues. I mean, again, I'll have to rewatch it, but
I had same experience with like Dunkirk, where it'd just be quiet and then loud. It was Most
Dunkirk,
of the
yeah.
time, at least a fair amount of the time, was able to hear at least what was going on coherently.
Yeah.
The time jumps, was a kind of similar with Molly. It took me a second or a couple like minutes to get acclimated and like used to this style where it's not just a straight A to B point storytelling. You jump
Yeah.
A to G, back to B, that type of shit. But once you get used to it, it's not that bad. I do prefer chronological, but just because it's not what I normally enjoy doesn't mean it's bad. Um, Otherwise, for negatives, I mean, I wish they would have like just paused the movie halfway through to take a piss break. That's not the movie's fault.
Hey.
That's pretty much all I have to say on the bad side of things.
Yeah.
It's just audio, and it took me a couple minutes to like for my brain to click on. But for the good things, the performances from fucking everyone: Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., Rami Malek, fucking Matt Damon, Greg from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. He was there, or Roderick, not Greg.
Roderick.
Yeah.
The mayor that was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, it was crazy how much fucking 100 million got you casting wise. I thought the performances were all really good. I think actors were at their A game. One thing I didn't expect going into this movie is just how fucking like wild and interesting of a life Oppenheimer had. The amount of shenanigans.
Yeah.
He was a bit of a communist sympathizer to some extent. Kind of shitty with a lot of women.
Yeah, that was another big one that they touched on was how he lost his clearance.
Yeah.
That the whole movie was about it. But yeah.
And then Strauss's character, portrayed by Robert Downey Jr., who's just kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
And then it was still so funny seeing Rami Malek like come out of fucking nowhere. Obviously, I only primarily know him from Mr. Robot, but no, it was good.
Yeah.
Jason, I feel like you'd love that show if you haven't seen it already.
Mr. Robot?
Yeah,
It's
on
an
Amazon
amazing
Prime.
show.
All right.
I would say the most enjoyable scenes, like the scenes where they're talking about building the bomb. It was just fun, sciencey shit. The theme for the "Can you hear the music?" I don't know, like what the actual theme song is called, but
yeah,
I think you know what I'm talking about. Like the trumpets just crescendo. Yeah, it sounds fucking good.
Yep.
I like it. I got a couple of different picks for like my favorite scene. The actual Trinity test itself. I loved the subversion where it's just silent. It just shows character reactions to the devastating power, stealing fucking fire from the gods, and then the shocks or the sound just blasts through your fucking drums and you're just deaf.
Yeah.
I know. I was looking at a director's commentary or some YouTube video where he was talking about how they didn't want to use CGI for the explosion because it doesn't look dangerous enough. So they had to use some like pretty high yield explosives. Obviously, I know that they can't use an actual nuclear bomb because of radiation, but the military, they could have given away a Moab. That would have
could have.
It's close. It would have worked.
Yeah. I actually I tried looking into it before I even watched the movie, and it's supposedly, I mean, it's classified to them. I mean, they're just not releasing why or like what they used.
Yeah. Maybe it was. I don't know.
I mean, regardless, it was a beautiful scene. But
yeah, I think personal favorite scene was when he's just in the auditorium announcing World War II has ended. It's like, I only regret that we didn't build it sooner to drop one on Germany. And it's just like audio is just silent. It's
yeah,
just the PTSD type shit. Just
it was like
scared.
it was silent before that, and then all of a sudden it's like you can see that he kind of just said that just to get the people to be excited.
Yeah, and then just interchange with like seeing everyone fucking dying, and I think it was
Oh
good.
yeah, that I thought that was a good scene. Yeah, the fucking like people on the ground, they're fucking
Yeah,
with skin
I
flaking
like.
off and shit like that.
Yep.
It was kind
I
of.
think it was.
I feel like there should have been more scenes like that just to really like sink in like what this shit does to you. But
Yeah, I thought cinematically it told its point it was trying to convey decently well. I definitely want to watch the movie again on my own time with subtitles just to revisit it
right,
one more time. Um, yeah, Otherwise, I mean, okay. Other honorable mention: the scene where Rami Malek is just shitting on Robert Downey Jr.'s character. That was also pretty good. Even if he did get fucking bullied the entire movie by Oppie, he just gets like pushed to the ground, or his clipboard gets pushed to the ground.
yeah,
It was a good scene. Um,
I really thought that his character wasn't going to have any speaking lines.
it seemed like it, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, the ending where it's just like the nuclear timetable of what happens when we decide to launch all of our weapons at each other. That's pretty nice.
yeah. I like how it was like they had
Um,
like a point, like near zero chance.
yeah, atmospheric ignition. Yeah,
Despite that, they did it anyway. Fuck it.
yeah. Well, theory can only take you so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I'd say it's 6 planets and 3 hydrogen bombs.
Nice.
Um, Otherwise, I mean, it's easy for me to say because I'm alive and I'm not the recipient of a bombing attack. I think, for the most part, there's
Already
a
going to the
better,
Judge Jim.
yeah, there's a
All right.
better justification for using the bomb than not.
Yeah. Why is that?
All right. So from everything that I've been able to find, calculating the amount of fatalities that would have occurred on both sides, U.S. and Japan, for a mainland invasion of Japan with U.S. forces. Not to mention, okay, so you're looking at obviously soldier deaths on both sides, U.S. and Japanese soldiers, Japanese citizens in towns and cities that would be under attack, under bombing, under fire bombs, under artillery. Um, the amount of time and resources that it would take for the U.S. to conquer each and individual island, root out all Japanese soldiers, people that were willing to fight. Um, I also remember seeing pretty much it's a do or die type resistance where even fucking kids and wives were being told, yeah, if the Americans come, the soldiers, they're not going to kill you, they're going to do unholy things to you. So either kill yourself or you will kill them.
Well,
There's just,
despite them doing that to fucking Chinese citizens.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's, I think on the US side of things, it would have been an insane amount of effort, manpower, time, money, blood, all of that to even make it, even have troops get to Tokyo and be able to capture and hold it, extend the war by a good couple of years. Not to mention that the amount of atrocity. Now, eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, but that is to say, Japan was no stranger to committing atrocities. Granted, the actions of a group of Japanese scientists and soldiers doesn't mean Japanese citizens that had nothing to do with it should get punished. But one of the biggest things in World War II is that a lot of people that didn't deserve to die died.
Yeah.
Um, so as a country, Japan, I think, needed to be put on a leash a little bit, or
Yeah.
to just be taken down a peg, military wise, to realize that if you continue this, it will be the end. You will stop with all of your shit now, or else. You fucked with my boats. All right.
Yeah.
From what I remember, the figure being thrown around, the amount of people that died from the 2 nuclear bombs used, um, like in the immediate like couple months to years aftermath, around like 250,000, and then some generations more that have cancer because of the radiation. But if a mainland invasion were to occur, uh, just on the U.S. side of things, close to like 1 million+ lives. Not to mention, Japanese soldiers and other civilians that would have been caught in the crossfire.
The fuck? Mike Pickler? Hard to hear? Maybe you're just going deaf.
What?
We actually we have a viewer.
Mike Pickler? Are you
Mike
fucking making
Pickler.
fun of me?
I want to. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but hard
No,
to
it's all
hear.
good.
We're at 4.0 decibels for my computer audio. I mean, all right. I suppose have you re-listened to the podcast? Have you like listened back to the YouTube version of it at all? Or
I haven't.
I've listened to most of them. They're pretty decent audio-wise.
okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely have to look into that audio issue. I mean, if worst case scenario, you have to turn up your volume. I mean, I'm doing the best I can here. I apologize, Mike Pickler. Damn. Pickle my pickle. 313. No videos. All right. All right. I apologize, Mike Pickler, for my obscene, extreme disdainment towards you at the beginning. But I am pissed drunk, and we are discussing Barbenheimer. So, welcome. Can we get some volume? I'm Puss 6dB. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? What does that
Hey,
mean?
he's trying.
I'm Puss
All right.
6
Hey,
decibels.
if you want better audio,
Your audio is
look
not
in the
great.
look in the description. All right, there should be a link to join us. Is there not a link?
There is no
I don't
link
see a
right
link.
now. I could upload one right now. I could throw one inside the description. I actually stopped doing it because we had no viewers at all. So
That's fair.
all right,
Hey, it's okay, Mike Pickler. We're giving you a chance to come on, so
You can actually
speak to us through Discord.
This is actually what Opinion Planet is all about, is the viewers. So I mean, if you're interested,
Actually, I did notice when I was in a vehicle, the audio was hard to hear,
Okay.
but that's in a vehicle. Everything else, it was fine.
All right, so it is in the description now if you want to click it, and then I remember my first podcast. Who the fuck are you?
Oh.
All right, show me your podcasts. I want to know. I want to know what your podcast is. I like how you completely derailed this Barbenheimer episode, so you could tell us about your podcast. Go ahead.
Let us see your podcast.
All right, I'm going to go into advanced audio, and I'm going to see if I can. All right. It should be slightly better now. If it's not, let me know, but... All right, you guys say something real quick. Who am I?
I'm talking.
Okay. All right, whatever.
What
I put it up. I put it up by 1 decibel. Who are you? Jesus fucking Christ. Is it my internet or yours?
What?
Your only listener. We have 3 concurrent viewers. You're incorrect about that.
Well, I'm watching this as well. So
we have 2 concurrent viewers. You're incorrect about that.
Well, no. Do you have the Opinion Planet podcast live opened on a tab?
I have it open,
It's-
but like in the editor side of things.
Okay.
So
I don't know if that
it
counts as
doesn't
a
count.
view.
It doesn't
Okay.
count. All right.
So there's two actual views then, because I'm one of them. Mike fucking Pickler, the Diddler.
Yeah.
Alright, that's sorry. I'm sorry to say that. Join our fucking Discord so we can actually speak to you, our only listener.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be that pretentious about it, why not? Just be a caller. I want to hear your opinions of Barbenheimer. I want to hear your opinions on the Barbie movie specifically. Stop! You're scaring them away.
All right.
No videos. He joined September 3rd, 2022.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. Crazy. There's no channels or playlists. There is, so I don't know where your podcast is. Show me your podcast. Are we not interacting? You're slow. Your internet is slow. Well, yeah, we can interact better. There's better ways that we can
Yeah. We don't have to do this text to speech shit. We can just have a conversation like real
even if
humans.
even if it's on your phone. I mean,
Come on, join the fucking Discord. It's funny. You'll laugh. All right.
yeah, if you watched our special episode from last episode, all right. They enjoyed it. I'm slow, okay? All right. So he's all right, that's fine. Maybe you're the slow. It's actually your yeah, RE. I can type pretty fast. There you go. I mean, it looks like you're getting faster.
That's
All
good.
right. Don't finish. Don't finish.
I'm not. I'm not. Wait a fucking second.
You know it, I guess. Do you know it?
Are you our previous guest? Is this your online handle on YouTube? Did you finally get off of Siege? You fat motherfucker. Are you finally actually being productive?
That would actually be good. I'd be happy that he's
No,
interacting
I would be
with us.
too. I would be too.
I just hear you talking about my text now.
Then refresh the page. You're slow. I literally work for an internet company. My internet is fucking phenomenal. All right.
My internet's supplied by the U.S. government, so mine is amazing. So it's you.
Yeah. Process of elimination.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you using OBS? Yeah. Why wouldn't I? It's a free program. I actually used to use what was it? Streamlabs, because it was called Streamlabs OBS. I thought that was OBS, but it wasn't. They had a whole thing back in the day.
Mr. Podcast here is going to say about how bad OBS is.
Yeah.
I fucking guarantee it.
I mean, I'm not using OBS for text. I'm actually for reading your messages. That's why the audio is so low. Okay, Mr. fucking Podcast. Show me your podcast.
Give us a link.
I want to hear your superior audio quality. All right, and I will advertise it onto this project.
I like how the first random assumably guest that we've had, and we're
gaslighting the fuck out of. We're being a piece of shit to them. Yeah. All right, we could be we could be nicer.
But they're not joining. All right, we treat you with more respect if you actually joined. It's hard to have a good conversation where it's up to date and it's back and forth, good back and forth, when the other person is on text messaging on bad internet. Okay, so you just fucking know everything, do you? All right, Jason.
Let me limit the bit rate to 300K.
Well, then maybe Mr. fucking Podcast actually knows a thing or two.
Where do I find bitrate? Bitrate. Oh, it's at 2500.
Interesting. YouTube is better. We're on YouTube. We're trying to do it live, though.
Wait, there's a way to do it directly through YouTube? All right. It should be.
Interesting.
I fixed it. I changed the bit rate. So, I mean, is it better? Is it better? Is it? I don't know, because it's not. You're being slow about it.
Tell me I'm good. Tell me
Tell
I'm
me,
good.
tell me I'm good. Tell me my podcast is good now. Maybe that's why we haven't been getting any guests.
Maybe that we're just talking about. Well, no, we'd still have content. It would just be
Yeah.
he pulled a U. He said settings.
I do that. Wait, how old of a viewer are you? How long have you been watching our podcast? He's one of the OGs.
He's just been a silent observer the entire
He
fucking
knows how to
time.
gaslight us. Oh, this is the guy who's gonna. You can bump his audio a bit more, in my opinion. His audio.
Probably mine.
I mean, I have been. All right, we'll just do that. We'll just do a whole nother decibel more. We'll see how that goes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm gonna sound so fucking crisp.
It actually, I mean, I think it does. It matches my audio more now.
That's good then.
He should
know what?
zoom
Even if
in
the-
with a study with a
Studio mic.
Studio
You're
mic.
fucking drunk. You can't read. Alright?
Hey, it was behind a heart, all right? It was behind one of those stupid ass heart things on the chat.
Mm.
You should zoom in with a studio mic. So you
Yeah.
you should get a better mic. But
I'm
it is my
working on
bad.
it,
I'm the
alright?
equipment guy, right? So
I'm working on it. All right, my setup is I got Discord on my phone, and I have a Sony WXM400 headset. So yeah, I'm kind of sometime this year before it ends, I will have.
hey, we're starting up, all right? Why do we fuck? Wait, I have a mic. All right, it's not like an amazing mic. It works.
Well, it's like it's the fourth reboot, so we've been at this for about 3 years now.
Yeah, that's a sad way of putting it, but doing this is half the battle. Stay at it. Doing what? Elaborate.
I'm wondering if you just mean like doing this consistent shit with like very few viewers. If so,
Maybe.
thank you for the sign of faith.
Yeah, appreciate it. I haven't
haven't
seen the Barbie movie, so no opinion. All right, it's fair. Did you watch Barbara or fucking I am drunk. Have you seen Oppenheimer though?
I have become drunk.
Yeah, that's shit. I become drunk. The becoming of alcohol. Damn. Yeah, I mean, we appreciate your view. I mean, just like a little bit ago, we were just talking about how. Oh, you haven't seen either. All right, so you're useless.
Damn.
You're useless to us.
Wow.
But at least you can hear our opinions on it, and then maybe you can form your own based off of our opinions as a human husk of a person. All right. But
Mr.
I'm waiting to see both. The political vote of going to openings is not that interesting. What does that mean? The political vote of going to see or going to openings is not that interesting.
I am confused by that vernacular as well.
You're
just trying to like say it's busy? Or there's a lot of people?
Yeah, I mean, it was busy when I went to go see it on the opening day, but
yeah, are we just stupid? Are we just like not understanding?
The political vote of going to openings is not that interesting.
I'm at a fucking loss.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know where you're coming from. It's pretty fucking busy if that's what we're talking about, but the numbers for these movies became political for some reason.
What?
Whoa! So that's why we need your opinions on this podcast. All right.
I think
I I don't even see how that's correlated at all. But
I think they became, if you want to say political, because they're doing very well. Both of them are. Um, Barbie has its feminist icon thing going for it. Women power, and
right,
Oppenheimer has its historical drama. This is an everyday reality thing.
or like
I
the
think they're both,
morality of dropping the bombs itself.
yeah, I think they're both good movies. They definitely deserve the fucking success they've been getting over the fucking nth Marvel movie that's pretty mediocre.
Yeah, I would say. So are you saying that like because more people watch Barbie, it became more political on the feminist side? It was like Barbie versus Oppenheimer. Okay, so that's what I was just talking about. It was like Barbie versus Oppenheimer for some reason. Kinda. I mean,
I
that's
thought,
why I was an advocate for Barbenheimer. See you
yeah,
because one demographic would usually watch one type of movie, but this type of event kind of opens you up to, it takes you out of your comfort zone. Like for me, it took me out of my comfort zone to watch Barbie with a bunch of grown adults and a bunch of random people who brought their kids as well. When
yeah.
on a normal occasion, I would have just watched Oppenheimer. But I like that both are doing well, but I think that at the end of the day, the right went to the bomb movie and the left went to the girl power movie. Interesting. All right.
You see both movies as just like either only political movies. What about the movies themselves? Not about like the people that go to see them, because these movies, okay, they're both political. They are, but both are, I'd almost say, left leaning.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer, he's not like very casual. Fuck the Japs. They deserve to die. He feels immediate regret and sorrow for what knowledge he's brought to the world.
The main character of the movie was an advocate for unions, and
And,
they
some comedy.
displayed that. But it was the
It was like,
people.
no, I think, okay. Yeah, there's very little overlap between these two movies, and you can tell just by what they're about, and that's the whole point. Like, the fact that they were released on the same day has nothing to do with, I don't know, it was for regular people, like a fucking mom and a daughter, they're probably not going to go see Oppenheimer. A fucking 60, 70-year-old dad, probably not going to go see Barbie. But, like the young people that like think it's funny that two polar opposite ends of the spectrum are released on the same day. Like, make a
Right.
make a joke out of it. Let's go see both because fuck it, they are completely opposite movies.
That's why I
It's
like
not that
the event.
expensive.
But
Yeah, it's not that expensive to see movies. You can like you can see two different movies in a year.
had Oppenheimer had horrible numbers, what would the headlines be? I haven't really looked at the headlines for the movies themselves because I don't really care about
Um,
what critics have to say. America has voted.
that's that's
What does that
guessing.
mean though?
All
Because
right.
again, because Oppenheimer is I mean, the message is pretty liberal. I
The
wouldn't
headlines
say.
could also be the movie was horribly paced. It's
Yeah,
not that
that too.
expensive. It's not. It was for a ticket to both movie. It'd be like 50 or 60 bucks.
Yeah,
It's not like
mine was
free.
like 40 to 50. It's yeah.
Wait, for a ticket or for both?
For both, it was like 40 bucks. Cause it was like
Yeah, it's
under
not like,
$20 each.
yeah, it's not that cheap. But like, don't get a fuck ton of snacks, eat a meal before going to the theater, and it's not that bad.
Yeah, I normally just get a
But if
water. I mean, I got wine, but how is it
yeah,
liberal? The main
um,
message is anti because he regrets nuclear or he regrets his creation, which is nuclear bombs, and it's obviously anti-war. He brought up like the character itself is literally like an advocate for communism, and he fought for unions with the university he was working at. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that's a very conservative movie if you're trying to put it on two sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. I mean, what's the most conservative part about Oppenheimer? That,
Maybe
you
it's
know,
based that they're killing people, I guess, but even then, the whole message is about how he regrets killing people, or like how he feels like he has blood on his hands. But
yeah, he
he
would
would
have
have
rather have had the men.
fight it on the ground. No, I mean, again, I mean that's the whole meaning of
It's a good point. Yeah.
the whole meaning of why he created it was somebody had to create it because somebody was eventually going to create it. It's a needed evil that we have.
Someone had to be the first one to test it to show the rest of the world how dangerous it is and what can happen if you fuck around and decide to find out.
So that being the case, it's a good thing that we developed it because we didn't have a lot of people who ended up dying on the ground. At least not a lot of our guys.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think the movie as well tries to say that like he wanted to use his popularity or association with the bomb as like an advisory type person for presidential figures in America to say, hey, don't use the fucking bomb. We used it this one time just to show how powerful it is, but its results are devastating and it's just something we should try and avoid at all costs. I'd say the movie it's realistically anti-war for the war that it was about. Obviously, war doesn't need to happen, but it's fucking happening, and it needs to end. So, what's the fastest way to do it that makes sure that your side comes out the nicest? Save his hands from blood? I mean, yes, and at the end of the okay, you haven't seen the movie, so that's why you're asking this. I'm assuming. But at the end of the movie, like he's very aware that he feels like he has blood on his hands because of what he and his team just built. He's very aware of that, and he's feeling guilt for it.
I mean, it's an actual
I
thing
don't
that
know.
he said. He told President, was it Truman at the time?
Yeah.
That like I feel like I have blood on my hands, and Truman
Like
said, "You know the history of it." So then,
I think you can have both. I don't think it's that like hard to. Obviously, the bomb need to be created, and I'm going to be the one to make it. I have to do it, but I
Yeah.
also feel bad about doing it because I know what bad can come of it, but it needs to be done.
Right. And that, I mean, even if you watched any of his interviews afterwards, you can say that he was like obviously reluctant about creating it, but he was, it's a kind of like, well, good thing that it's a good thing that we'd created it and then used it. So, I mean, again,
As opposed to,
I still wouldn't say that's inherently like a conservative movie. If anything, centrist. And if you
Yeah,
really
the
wanted
real
to
version.
push, it was
Not
probably
the-
liberal. Yeah, the real version of it. No, the liberal movie about it. What?
Why does it? Okay, even if this movie is liberal, as you're saying it, why is that a bad thing?
I mean,
If
if you're saying it's
if
liberal,
something
then
has-
there is no two sides of the political spectrum, which kind of makes your argument nil from before. But yeah,
Mike Pickler, I think you're thinking way too harshly in terms of liberal and conservative. I think you need to realize that both parties are dog shit and that neither care about you, and that you need to be more aware that the majority of people in politics just want to fuck you.
and you probably need to read
So-
less articles because those just ignite. You said it was liberal.
is-
I said that it could be
it is-
liberal. It could.
It's more
it could,
liberal than it is conservative.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
It has
and
more
then
li-
I eventually said that I mean, I guess it could be more centrist if you were to think about it that way. But I mean, I think it's more inherently liberal, especially with the person that we're talking about, which was more of a communist advocate, which
No.
I'm not for communism, but I mean, that's what what it portrays. Or what he believed in at the time. So, I mean,
liberal attitude towards anything means more tolerance for change. The definition for the word just means is someone on the left wing of politics the opposite of a conservative. So, what defines liberal values? Is it just like open ideas, being okay with, or having an open mind for some ideas? I mean, that's pretty much the whole movie. They have an open mind for the idea of building a fucking mega bomb.
Yeah.
Liberals brought us the atomic bomb. Checkmate.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's what the division is. You know, the conservative versus liberal movie. So
Yeah.
liberals, you know, this is more tolerance.
I got that definition from vocabulary.com. A liberal attitude towards anything means more tolerance for change.
Which, I mean, if you look at it fundamentally, it's kind of true. I mean, conservatives, at least from my perspective, have been more of a party of keeping things the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
liberals, they wanna push things. They want to change it up.
I mean, that's almost the definition of conservative, right? Is that keeping it lower?
You conserve. You
Yeah.
conserve. You conserve it.
Right.
I don't know. This is an interesting, unexpected guest encounter.
Yeah, I mean, we appreciate your view. I mean, if any of it seems confrontational, that's just how we interact with people. But
yeah, all of our guests and or well, I suppose not. He was never even a host at this point.
yeah, I would say so. He's just the Jamie through and through.
Yeah. Molly, what are your thoughts on Mike Pickler?
I think he needs to realize that they're movies and not a fucking political thing.
Well, I mean, what he's talking about is that they're displaying their own messages. You know, each movie that's created has their own message, and he's you know, making light of how each one has a message.
I think, I mean, everything is political. Pretty much all pieces of media have like some underlying message that the creator is expressing through it. Fucking everything is like that. Everything is political. This podcast is political. We believe in sharing opinions and discussing things. You're political in the way that you're asking questions. Everything's political, all right? You can't avoid it. It's just not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Are you still watching the podcast? Oh, there we go. Just movies, not a real depiction of the very complicated history that is the reality of nuclear war. I mean, right. I mean, that's the point of it, is to kind of just like show the implications of what nuclear war could be.
Bits and pieces, yeah. I mean, I think, that happened in 2016 for some reason.
What did? What
nuclear war?
When everything became political.
No, all right. Everything was political. Everything has and always has been political.
Yeah, I feel like that's a very
about, like, the rise of SJW politics. Is that where we're going with, like, everything became political? Everything has been political since the dawn of fucking time. Yeah, I would, to your third comment, not a depiction of a very complicated history. Yeah, that's fair. It's not. It's trying to focus on like one snapshot.
Make a nuke bomb movie that glamorizes it. See how it goes. It doesn't glamorize it though. Are you gaslighting us? It doesn't glamorize the nuke at all.
Are you saying it's a bad thing that it's not glamorized in this movie? I think it's approaching it with nuance, which is fair. It's something, like we've said, it's a necessary evil. We both, well, at least Jason and I agree so far that it was a necessary evil. However, you can show that the person behind it. It didn't show a whole lot of like the actual people that suffered, the people that got fucking incinerated,
I feel
or
like
the
they should have
Japanese.
showed more to that, but they did,
Yeah,
put light on it, especially during his speech. They mentioned, didn't they mention the imprints of like
yeah,
shadows of people's dresses on them? I
make
know,
one.
I know Oppenheimer's doesn't make one that does and see how well received. What? I know
I mean, yeah,
Oppenheimer doesn't make one that does and see how it received it. I
why?
mean, you
It's
see like a lot of like dumb based like TikToks or like dumb based fucking tweets or some shit. Like, yeah, this movie was base as fuck. Well, like I don't
the
know.
power of nuclear. I mean, do nuclear bombs need to be well received?
Why does it need to be glamorized? I feel like we shouldn't, especially like this day and age. We definitely should not be glamorizing nuclear war. But
We shouldn't be treating it as like, oh, this very cool thing. It's okay.
it's
It's
kind of
kind of
like the
cool. All right,
patriarchy
it's
with
a big
Ken.
ass explode. It's a big ass fucking explosion. All right. Did
It's
Japan think we were fucking around? Not after the first bomb. I'm sure they thought it was serious shit.
I mean,
mean,
yeah, they did. I mean, they did. Well, not really. I mean, they were more of like we're fighting to the death. They had a different mindset, which is why they were
I
gonna
think
fight to
yeah,
the fucking bitter end, like to whatever the fuck that would have been.
the emperor is God. These people are gonna kill our emperor, our God. So we're
Yeah,
gonna do everything to stop them.
which is
I mean, I
interesting
think
because
Japan, but
the
rich,
rich up to it they did.
but right up to it. But
Oh,
right up to it.
but right up to it they did.
I mean, to be honest, yeah,
Kinda.
that's kind of how they got us into the conflict. I mean, they attacked Pearl Harbor with the intent of, okay, we'll just knock them out right here and there. They won't really be able to do anything around it. They can't respond.
Well,
We'll be
they were
fine.
stupid, and they kind of felt backed in a corner after we put oil embargoes on them, and then all of a sudden they
Yeah.
started doing some fucky shit. But yeah, I mean, I guess, I mean, they probably knew that they were up against like a superpower. You know, they
I mean, yeah,
knew
there
that
was
we had
still
literal Navy ships dedicated to ice cream, so pH was pretty bad. What was?
Pacific, what? Um, I mean, yeah, there was still like, ground combat on the Pacific front.
Yeah.
So there were still, both countries understood what they were doing.
The men that burnt there were avenged by the burnt bodies of Japan.
What?
Pearl Harbor. Oh,
Pearl
Pearl Harbor.
Harbor. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was pretty
Okay.
bad, obviously. The men that burnt there were avenged by the burnt bodies of Japan.
Okay, yeah, you can't really compare tragedies. Yeah, Pearl Harbor sucks for us. There's like 300 dead. The nukes were worse. That's like 250,000 dead for Japan.
See, I mean,
Obviously, if you're
one
gonna
thing is
look,
short term. Obviously, that was a horrible fucking thing. But another thing is we're creating a device that opens up a whole new type of warfare in the future. That's what it's about. It's not like obviously no deaths are better. Pearl Harbor 3,000 dead. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of people. That's awful. I mean it's horrible. That's why we
I
went
mean, yeah,
to war with them. History, not the movies. Yeah, I mean obviously.
history is made into a movie.
Right.
The Japanese people that are dead. That's kind of part of Oppenheimer, just a little bit. Okay. What's your point? Is there a point, or are you just commentating on like what we're saying as we're saying it?
Yeah, okay. That's but yeah.
Do,
My
do you
whole
do you disagree?
my whole
Is
thing
this
was
movie
like
too political, or
yeah, because my whole thing is the whole long-term idea of it, how like we're kind of fucked in the future.
yeah,
Liberal interpretations of events 50 years later.
50? uh, Oppenheimer happened in the 70s.
I yeah, I guess. But I mean, on a literal note, I mean, it's liberal event or liberal interpretations of events that happen then.
So
I wouldn't.
what's the real interpretation? What's the non-biased
So you changed your
interpretation?
argument then, because first we're talking about liberal versus conservative movies, how they're two opposite ends of the political spectrum, and now all of a sudden we're talking about how Oppenheimer is an inherently liberal movie.
I don't think Mike Pickler, you're the one that's making us think that this movie is a liberal movie. I hadn't thought about this once before you started fucking spouting this shit.
I didn't even start like thinking about it in a political way at all. I mean,
You're ruining things on your own. All right, I'm just gonna say that for you. You're seeing things through the lens of liberal and conservative politics, which makes life pretty fucking miserable. You start to like lose joy. Like you look at a pencil and you can start to think, oh, that's a fucking liberal pencil.
yeah,
It's not conservative enough. It's not manly enough.
it needs to have more girth, you know. Fucking, I mean, trust us. We used to be conservatards, all right, at least to some extent.
We had a whole project lined up for our school talking about like a bunch of. I mean, I still think some of it was valid,
Well, yeah.
but maybe that's just the old like conservatard in me.
I mean, I think some of them were like decent points. I mean, it would have been interesting talking points at the very least. It was like,
Yeah.
wasn't it called like the 21st Century Project or some shit?
21st century to debunk
Yeah,
all the
debunk.
shit that's. When it's got debunk in the title, you know it's
Yeah.
gonna be good.
Yep. Oh,
I
the
think
universe
that's
that we
next-
made that presentation.
You're
I'm an
you're an
independent.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay, that's
Right.
good. You don't seem like an independent. I'm just gonna say you seem very either left or right leaning. I can't tell, but that's good. You're an
I would
independent.
I would say very like at least more right than left. What from my interpretation. But I don't know if you're just striking conversations, adding points, or if you have an overall like point that you're trying to get from us. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to garner from
I'm
this.
trying to recall. They've said they haven't seen the movie, but they know the history, and that this is.
That's what
people in camps. What?
So people in camps say. What does that mean? What did I say? What did I say that made, or what did either of us say that people in camps say?
This is interesting. Mike Pickler, you know you'd have a much better time expressing your ideas, speaking to us, correct?
Discord would definitely be better.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Make OPP history. It's in the description now. I updated it. It should be good to go.
Yeah. I think our next episode should be titled Opinion Planet Podcast Debunked.
I think this is gonna be 2 separate episodes uploaded. So.
Yeah. Too many miniseries, yeah.
There really is. I mean, I need to figure out how to animate shit so I can post this stuff on TikTok. Make it interesting.
TikTok.
TikTok.
We'll have to find the good clips, and then we'll just have to like clip a minute segment of the podcast. I don't know if that'll work.
That's what I want to do. I mean, that's what the guy said who emailed us the other day. Remember, was that the real guy? He was talking about telling us about reels. He didn't. I don't know if he responded to me yet.
When you're in a political camp, you will always see things that look like they are opposite of you.
What? So how does that make us look like we're
when you're liberal, you'll always see things conservative, and when you're conservative, you'll always see things liberal. So are you trying to say that we're conservatives? That's why we think Oppenheimer is more on the liberal side of things? Because if so, I'm just gonna say straight up, that's fucking retarded, man. That's stupid as shit.
Or are they saying the opposite, that we're liberals, we're mostly seeing things through a liberal lens? They're like, I see it as liberal because...
Well, yeah, that if you're a liberal, you're gonna see things through a liberal. If you're conservative, you think of things conservatively. If
Right.
you're a liberal, you think of things liberally. If you're an independent,
Nope to what? You're too slow. That's why we need you on Discord.
nope.
I would do that shit if I was trying to gaslight someone. Holy shit.
I have no idea what you vote, nor do I care. Okay, that's good.
Hey? Alright? What's your point, though? What was this?
The point gets lost. Maybe it's our fault. We're talking too fast. All right, we're going on to too many different things before.
Yeah. Or you know what? I'll be right back. This calls for more rum for me to slow down my thoughts more. So.
Okay. All right, that's fair. All right. Mike Pickler, I don't. It's good that you don't care, I guess. I mean, I'm still confused why you've stuck around this time. It is the lens of culture that gets influenced by movies like Oppenheimer. So it's a culturally significant movie that saying what message? That the bombing was justified, that it was bad. Do you think it's sending a wrong cultural message? I mean, I guess same with Barbie as well, if you care about that at all. I've heard that argument that people are saying that Oppenheimer is like a bad cultural influence because it's uh, glamorizing the usage of the bomb subconsciously, whatever word you want to use for that. I thoroughly disagree. I think the people that say that are like just completely forgetting a lot of scenes of the movie or are cherry picking to suit their narrative. But I mean, yeah, that's, another thing. That's just how the world works. Now, young people question if that was a good thing at all. Okay, I think I'm understanding. I think I'm understanding your point a bit more. For the longest time, American citizens have just thought that, the bombing was completely justified. We didn't have to think about it too much because it it just happened. We didn't have any dissenting points. But now that the movies came out, there's a lot of people talking about it. I mean, I still think it was warranted, a necessary evil. Obviously, no one wants hundreds of thousands dead. But I sound like a fucking terrible person saying it. In the grand scheme of things, it is probably for the best.
All right, what do we got here?
It's pretty interesting.
All right, I have no
so
idea
I think
what
I
you're voting
understand.
for. Okay, it is.
All right,
It's a lens.
motherfucker.
All right, all right, my bad.
I think I understand Mike Pickler's. Yes, it's live. His idea is a little bit more. So his point is that for the longest time, like people hadn't been questioning the morality of the bombing, at least the majority of people. But now that the movie's such a big cultural thing, that there's a lot of young people questioning if it was a good thing at all. So my guess is that he was in favor of the bombing, but it was kind of, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's a good thing to question it. I still agree with what the decision was made back in 1944 or 45, but
Okay, so I'm actually gonna slide in here with my Judge Jim. What I wrote out a couple weeks ago was my devil's advocate. So what they would argue would be it's an evil that we do not need to exist. The bomb itself was deemed illegal by our allies on September 39th. September 39th. September 29th. It was a typo. It's a horrible fucking typo. September 29th, 1938, the League of Nations, under the recognized principles of international law, issued a unanimous resolution outlining the intentional bombing of civilian populations with special emphasis against bombing military objectives from the air. the league said, or the league stated, any attack on legitimate military objectives must be carried out in such a way that civilian populations in the neighborhood are not bombed through negligence. They also made known that the use of chemical or bacterial methods of conduct of war is contrary to international laws. In other words, a special category of lethal weapons that have been recognized today, called weapons of mass destruction (WMD). And then the death toll of civilians in total were about 200,000 casualties combined. That's roughly half Minneapolis's population, though the civilian casualties specifically are unknown. It makes up a large portion of the number given, assumably. These are two separate bombings, right? These are from two separate bombings. It was a bomb that was going to be inevitably created anyway. Sure. But there are other ways to deter and or create the bomb without using it, demonstrating its capabilities through tests versus demonstrating through force are two different things. It could have been, or could have actually been better for us if we didn't drop the bombs and release vague information on scaring the other countries away from acting maliciously. The power of lack of knowledge is sometimes stronger than the facts itself. This is a weapon that does not need to exist for use, but needs to exist as a scare tactic. The unknown of its power could have been a bigger deterrent than using the bomb itself, though on top of that, it caused unfathomable number of deaths. Absolutely over the top, better strategic bomb drops or movements could have been more beneficial in the long run, looking like a better civilization. This makes us just as bad as our adversaries, deeming a deadly new weapon to test on a population of real people rather than keeping it to ourselves for us to play our little political war games later on. Humans are not test subjects, definitely not 250,000 of them. So that was the whole point that I read from reading the two articles. That would have been the devil's advocate portion of it. That was a lot to unpack, obviously, but I felt that it kind of slid into what we were talking about. So if we're still doing Judge Jim, by all means, go ahead and use what I just said, and then to, I guess, the rest of the argument. But
I'll say this as a constructive criticism. When you're gonna read off of like a sheet of paper, to be honest, you just said a bunch of words. I don't think I heard a single thing you said.
piece of shit.
All right, you said a lot of words in a very monotone and fast voice. Mike Pickler, I do agree with you. The military-industrial complex is fucking atrocious, and it is the reason, a big reason why I think
it's
this country. You're all right. You're a part of the problem.
I am,
No,
actually.
Mike Pickler, I agree. That'd be a fun one to do like a in-depth research topic about, but it's a heavy subject, and you maybe caught us at a bad episode or a bad time where it's a heavier topic. If you want like more stupid dumbass podcast shit, check out the other episodes.
Yeah. People say they don't like war, yet we fund it in Ukraine at a crazy amount. I mean, that's kind of like a political idea of who we're funding. I mean, the whole thing is that, I mean, if someone's gonna like be weakening Russia, might as well fund them, kind of thing.
That's a good question. Why we don't have cameras? Because
No one should like war.
I don't have.
America is a hypocrite. We denounce yet fund a proxy at the same time. Top leadership is snaky as fuck. Yep. It's called the military industrial complex. Do a pod on that. That would be interesting. I heard it. Okay. Podcast talk. Why no camera? Both on screen with good microphones. Yeah. I mean, my name is literally Nocam though, so I mean, but yeah, I mean, I eventually plan to get a camera for the podcast. That would be good.
I think it would be more entertaining than just seeing like our fucking old. Well, yeah, it's still our old profile pictures, just like rotating on a screen, right?
Yeah.
I think it'd be better if like we had all three of our faces just like in a corner, and then we have our banner, whatever the fuck. It'd be more alive for like the people that are watching this like on the screen instead of just listening to us. But no, we're that's the goal, Mike Pickler. We want to get to that, semi-professional YouTuber podcast stage. We're just in like the amateur stage right now.
Yeah, you caught us at a bad
At
time.
least-
Catch us later in
at
like
least-
a year or so.
When it comes to like what? Yes, that we're in the amateur stage. Well, fuck you, man. We're trying.
or I mean,
We're getting.
or maybe yes to us agreeing with him with getting cameras and planning on getting it.
Maybe. We'll be charitable. Give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I don't know. Mike Pickler, have you ever heard of a YouTuber named Vosh? Vaush?
My dad just told me he's Mike Pickler.
No.
I'm joking. That'd be kind of interesting though.
I would. I'm curious who the fuck this person is. I mean, hey, we got a viewer somehow. I don't know how you found us, man, but you did.
Yeah.
What do you mean no?
No to what? I actually changed it to live chat because you told me to, and that changed nothing. No.
No what? I don't.
I'm just a dude? Yeah. What does that mean? You're not my dad? Or what?
You're okay. You're just gonna be vague about to knowing who you asked me about.
Who you asked me? Yeah. No to who you asked me about. What? Did we ask you about someone?
The one person Carter asked about.
Forever ago? He's now answering that?
That wasn't that long ago.
That wasn't that long ago that the black lung guy?
No.
Oh.
The person that he watched, if he's heard of. I don't remember who you said,
Oh, Vosh.
but you asked if he's heard of a YouTuber or.
Oh, okay. The delay on this
Yeah,
is
but
crazy. I know, it is crazy.
Alright.
That's why we told you to go on the Discord. That's in the description.
I mean, I get that, like, we haven't had a random person join and they just, like, hop on the Discord right away. Most people just, like, don't want to.
Yeah.
This person could be, like, on their fucking lunch break right now in a fucking
Lithuania, you know?
office in Lithuania.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just bored.
That's understandable. If you genuinely can, I understand. Just to let you know, though, I mean, you're being outdone by someone in our last episode, which is a special. I
No?
need to sign up for that.
No? I'm assuming you know what Discord is. If you have a Discord account, there's a link in the description. You click it and it should take you to our server.
I'm in New
NYC?
York
Okay.
City. All right, you're in my time zone. All right.
You have to know what Discord is, right? You fucking found your way onto this podcast. I refuse to believe that someone technologically illiterate could find their way here.
I mean, he was talking about young people in the movie Oppenheimer earlier, so
That's true. I wonder if this is like a 60-year-old then.
it's a mid 40s. I don't want to insult you. That's actually
Well, you know what we said about mid-40s, right?
yeah. Mid 40s is Lithuania.
All right. Yeah. Come on, Pickler, join. I mean, I won't lie.
Join the
Probably
conversation.
if you don't join here soon, I'm probably gonna sign off because I'm getting a bit tired.
Hey, every
I know we said
every advertisement we've done, it's always been become a caller. So I mean, you're really
wait
texting
a
us
minute.
on here. You're not embracing the
Hey,
spirit of the
he's here.
podcast.
He's here. He's here.
Nice.
And literally everyone.
All right, welcome, Mike Pickler.
Interesting.
Member since, or he just made the account just for us. Hey, I appreciate
Wonderful.
that. Damn. All right, I'm gonna make you a caller right now. So I mean, whatever you want to jump into callers, it's up to you. All right, I just gave you caller privileges. If you're gonna hop into the caller section, go ahead. So we have a change of course. What was your punishment? What would have been your punishment for this, Molly?
Oh, I don't even remember at this point.
Fuck. You didn't write it down or anything?
No, I didn't write it down.
Wow. Well, I guess it would have been botched anyway, so. Did you remember earlier, or is it just that it's late? Like, would you have, like, known it earlier? Like, if we did the segment, Mike Pickler wasn't
Yeah,
here?
I probably would have. I had it in mind when we were talking about our movie reviews. So I feel like I would have definitely remembered it by the end of you guys debating.
Yeah. Well, if you ever remember it, I mean, we'd love to hear it. Hello? Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
Fuck.
So, Mike Pickler, you click on the caller's voice channel, and if you have an audio device capable of receiving it, then you should be able to communicate with us.
Yeah, he broke up.
Presumably.
You broke up a little bit there. I just click on the callers section.
You want me to click on callers?
I mean, why not? You want to just wait for him?
Sure. Let's just move to callers quick.
All right, now we're just waiting for Mike Pickler, who is our pending caller for this this evening, going into morning. Actually, for me.
So, how fucking long is this episode? We started
So
at
far, it
6:45.
It's about 4 hours long. It's going on 4 hours. It's 3:43 right now.
Christ.
3 hours 43 minutes.
Jesus fucking Christ.
This is what happens when you get a viewer, all right? We were literally just complaining a little bit ago, like how we have no viewers. Or at least I was.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was actually tempted on switching platforms, but now I'm conflicted. I don't know if we should. I think we should just keep the platform now. So Mike Pickler single-handedly chose to keep Opinion Planet Podcast on YouTube. Unless you guys disagree with that, of course.
I'm fine with keeping it on for just a couple more.
See what happens?
A couple more moons, yeah.
Yeah.
if he fucking joins. What's the point of making this account if you're not going to join the voice chat? I believe in you, man. I believe in you.
You can figure it out. You got this. Like the last guy we had on here was our special episode, and it was literally just an internet argument we were having. We won, by the way. He didn't really understand his own points. It's really interesting to speak with random people because they don't really know how to articulate their own points. But
a lot of times, yeah. Yeah, it's it's pretty fucking snazzy. You know what I could go for right now?
what's that?
A nice Dr. Pepper. That actually sounds fucking disgusting right now.
You know, I've been drinking this Malibu shit, coconut flavored rum. It's gross, but it's got alcohol, so like
Sounds
it's good.
pretty alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean it's good for the first couple of sips, and then eventually you're just like, all right, this shit's too sweet. That's why I like ales, because they're not too sweet. But like if you get the wrong ale or wrong if you get the wrong ale, then it's just shit.
Yeah.
There's one that actually like I don't know if it was must have been the beer that just gave me like just made me sick the next day. That was awful.
Interesting. I still haven't found a good beer.
So far, I mean, I've been drinking the Modelo's. I mean, they're light. They're not super light. They're imported from Mexico.
I wanted to try Modelo. They sound decent, but I don't fucking know.
I mean, it's not the worst thing ever. So, I mean, I think it's not that bad. But I mean, that's at least what I've been drinking. Now it's I didn't even say what I opened the can in the beginning. It's this Kitburger. It's a German beer.
Interesting.
Brewed in Bitburg, Germany. Or I guess it's just Bitburger. Huh. All right, so it's brewed in Bitburger, Germany. It's just like this really weird lemonade beer thing, but it's only 1.9 alcohol, which is like probably the least alcoholic thing I've drank.
Yeah.
So, of course, you gotta accompany that with rum, which is 21%. Well, if Pickler's not going to come on, are you like actually trying to figure it out, or are you just here along for the ride now?
Give him like 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes? Yeah, 5 minutes.
What? That's plenty of time.
Yeah.
This fucker's had so much time. Okay. At this point, we're not discussing anything super exciting anymore. So we're just kind of waiting for a potential guest. That's kind of cool that there's like a countdown, actually.
Yeah, it's just a it's just reset.
It's just a GIF.
That fucking sucks. I wish there was. I wish it was that nice.
Do you want to buy a Chrysler 200?
Chrysler 200s are kind of cool.
So you want to buy one?
No.
Fuck you.
I have a Lincoln. I have all I need.
How about a Subaru Legacy?
Subaru Legacy? No.
Wow, what do you have against Subaru?
It's a very liberal vehicle.
Fuck you. How about a 2011 Buick Lucerne?
Buicks are kind of nice.
Yeah. It's a beige interior, a tan exterior. Does that sound good?
No.
Fucking disgusting. All right.
I would like.
I got one last one for you. 1982 Cadillac DeVille.
Yes.
You know what? That interior looks interesting. This is what happens when we don't have like any super exciting content. Is I start to look at cars on Facebook Marketplace.
1980
The
what?
bat, 1982 Cadillac DeVille.
Oh, you sent it to me. Nice.
It looks
All right,
interesting
let's
on
look
the
at
inside.
this. 1982 Cadillac DeVille. I mainly said yes because it has DeVille in it, which is, Corella DeVille. I think it looks nice. I would buy the shit out of that. A wooden interior, I like that. Got that
Yeah.
weird like light on the side, on the door.
The only like shitty part about it is just the trunk. It's got some deformation and chipped paint, but
Yeah, I mean that could be like fixed up. I like it. I actually like this vehicle. I'd buy the shit out of this. This is like the V6. This is literally my Lincoln, but like older and like as a sedan.
V6. Oh, it is a V6.
It probably is fucking real wood too. Damn.
Yeah, it'd be nice to own one of these. It's just like you take it when it's fucking spring or summertime, just around the block every now and then.
Gang day beach car.
Oh my god, I would love to go to the gang or go to the beach. There's also I don't see any photos of the interior, but a 1986 Jaguar. No photos of the interior though, which is annoying because that's what I want to see. I want to see the older vehicle interiors because they can be exciting sometimes.
Yeah. I can't. It doesn't
Oh.
work. That didn't work. What do you mean? You're in the Discord. Oh, now he's gone. So I mean, he's not even like online anymore. Like he's gone. Forget it.
Okay, well, we tried.
Let's cut
Mr.
our
Pickler?
losses.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
can
mean,
join next
pop
week.
in if you want to talk about your political idiocies later. But we appreciate you popping into our podcast.
Yeah,
And,
you
giving
extended
me
the
a
length.
little hope. So, if you're someone I know, then go fuck yourself. I hope this is your last night on Earth. But if it's not, then I appreciate you popping in.
Of course. But yeah, that's about it from your favorite host, Amadeus Kyouma.
Ma.
Your mom's not here. All right.
Oh.
I'm getting more
And,
unfunny by the time. I'm getting more unfunny.
And Molly doesn't want to talk. That's fine.
Bye.
Nice.